Internet, hello and welcome to OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 8.
Yes.
We are going
Woohoo.
into the last stretch. We've got this week and then next week for Diamond Capped and Platinum Capped, which
Yes.
we've seen the
Watched them
Platinum Capped
today,
Week
yep.
8 already. So we just have the next 2 weeks. Well, the week we're streaming right now. Okay, you all
We've
get
got
the
this
picture.
week, and we've got next week, and then that will end the regular season.
Yeah.
And then we start to go into a week of quarterfinals.
Yep. As it is right now, actually, I don't.
I think we do on the calendar, I think.
No, sorry.
Oh.
I was thinking of something else. In any case,
Sorry.
I am Alex HNA22, joined by Jack Loves Limb Counts for today's stream. We have the first game of the day, which is between Reign of Kings and Apache.
Yep.
These are two teams that are sitting towards the top of the standings.
Yeah.
I
think we've got, correct me if I'm wrong, we've got about 3 teams sitting towards the top right now, or 4?
As it is right now, there are 4 teams sitting kind of pretty. Sky Zero with the indisputed #1 spot.
Yes.
Right now it's 6-1, having only dropped 1 game. I think actually. Oh no! It is still a possibility that Apache comes in as the #1 seed, depending on how the match today and next week go.
Sky could lose 2, Apache could win 2.
If Sky loses the next 2 games and Apache wins the next 2 games, that's the only scenario where Apache can come in as the #1 seed.
Because Sky has the head-to-head over Apache.
Yeah. Apache just 1 game below them, 5-2, coming into this week.
2 games above them somehow to get that first seed.
Well, 1 game above.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they would need to get 2, like a 2-game difference, you know.
So, Reign of Kings directly below Apache, which has very big implications for this game. If Reign of Kings were to win against Apache here, they would actually be currently in #2, regardless of what happens, because
they would have a tied record with Apache, but would have the head-to-head over them in that
and
two-way
even
tie.
if Wadu were to win this week, they would also have the head-to-head over Wadu Heck.
However,
if Apache wins, that keeps their hopes of #1 seed alive. If they lose, that could potentially cause them to have to play in quarterfinals, which, after their very strong start to the split, I don't think they were anticipating having to do.
Yeah, and what a feels bad man that would be. Get all the way to those quarterfinals and then get knocked out in that final week before, you know. Before the LAN part of the playoffs, or as some people have called them, the WLAN, because it is a wireless LAN this year.
I think most people nowadays, they don't use LAN. They use LAN to refer to like something you play in person as opposed to online.
Yeah.
So you know, fair, I guess. It is, in case we didn't mention, it is Reign of Kings on the blue side up against Apache on the red side. Slappy on his signature Ornn, Beniona on what you could also call his signature Camille, although he also plays a lot of Ornn.
Yeah, and Beniona has had at least in the games I've watched, has had a pretty flexible champion pool.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've seen some Cho'Gath, some Jax, some Ornn, some
mix
Camille.
Of tanks and
bruisers.
Ooh, Beniona actually uses the hookshot onto Slappy's pillar. Just gets him a stun.
It's fun.
It's a neat little thing you can do on Camille.
You get into that Poppy Ornn matchup, or have a lot of terrain builders in the game in general,
just knock
like Anivia and what's her face, Talia. You know, a bunch of terrain generators. Trundle, Jarvan. Poppy can really just start to have a field day. I wonder how. I actually, despite all my Poppy games, don't remember how the Yorick Poppy interactions go with his terrain.
Yeah, that is weird. I would okay, so I think, can you not stun into the base gates of the enemy team?
Oh, I think you can stun into base gates.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Even if it's their
I thought you could,
gate.
which would make me think you can stun into Yorick walls. Even though they can walk through it, if you stun them into it, it'll still count.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes me think you could stun into a Yorick thing.
Yeah.
Because I definitely know base gates can, because I made a little highlight reel a long time ago where I killed the Draven.
I remember.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, I watched that video twice a day.
Not much of a lead here in the top lane for Beniona yet, but Hasteka's up here now hanging out. He's trying to bait Slappy to go in on him. Here comes... Oh, we're not going to get to watch the rest of that.
Himana is going to look for a stun onto Sickly, but there's Baby Fufu just blocks up all of General Vici's damage, and they stun up Himana with the concussive blows. That's why a lot of people think, you know, Braum is a lane counter to Alistar at the very least. You can, if the Alistar goes in on your ADC, you just stand in between the enemy ADC and your ADC.
Stego, is he gonna back?
Yep. Just
okay, I mean,
takes a recall.
At that point, I'm surprised he didn't do it. Like, he had already been there for so long. The Ornn, like, walked right next to the bush. Yeah. Like, at that point, you just be like, I might as well go in. At least I would.
Yeah, you would, yeah, I don't know. Beniona gonna get...
oh, he takes the damage from the Q.
Slappy gives him the bellows breath.
Yeah, Ornn, you know, like, probably the only quote-unquote, like, duelist tank, at least in Riot's own words in the patch notes. They were talking about how much dueling ability he has.
Yeah.
Ends up being pretty good against Camille, who doesn't have a weak early game, but doesn't really have a strong one. She just really spikes hard with her items. Especially Triforce.
Renji picks up his lost chapter as King Leroy picks up a Tear of the Goddess. So a lot of stats only used onto Mana right now for the mid laner of Reign of Kings is in a dangerous spot up against like somebody who did buy combat stats and is also a Syndra.
And is also a Syndra.
Beniona actually gets his hookshot interrupted by the clap from Slappy. He's gonna get a knockup as well. Beniona going very low, out of mana. Slappy just gonna continue to hit him with his hammers. Doesn't force any summoners, just asserting some dominance in the lane. Beniona is out of mana, so gonna have a little bit of a rougher time. The minion dematerializer used to execute a minion. Oh, actually, Slappy calls the Forge God in on Beniona. Doesn't actually burn his summoner either, if I'm not mistaken. Again, those cooldowns might be bugged. We didn't see. Unfortunate.
So what he was going for there, I think if he hit both parts of his ultimate, that would have killed Beniona. But because he had Brittle on him after the knockup, means that he only hit the first or the second half. If you hit both halves of the Ornn ult, it's quite a bit of damage because quite a bit of Ornn's damage is, you know, proc
in the Brittle proc.
Exactly. Yeah. And so being able to proc that with the second part of the ult after applying it with the first part, it's pretty huge. But Beniona doesn't back though. It stays top without any mana.
He's still here. Slappy just gonna build some items because he can.
Because he can.
So still about even in CS across the board. Sickly falling a little bit behind, but that is because they're... Well, I don't know. He's a little bit behind.
Hastega, a smidge.
Yeah, Hastega finds Aikido in his jungle. Just gonna push him out, say, this is my Gromp. General Vici and Himana trying to get a shove in onto Sickly and Baby Fufu.
I'm surprised that the tanks are just sort of... I don't know, playing as passively as they are. At least, I know Ezreal, not really like the best early game champion, but with Tristana's nerfs to her range, I could see him being a little bit more aggressive in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, hold on, Himana is going for a combo, is going to stun up Baby Fufu, throws up the Unbreakable, Concussive Blow stacks, not going to find Himana. Ezreal's actually pretty good in lane until first recall, when he buys Tear of the Goddess and the enemy champion buys
combat stats.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then he spikes again when you hit that, you know, about the 15 to 20 minute mark, depending on how behind the Ezreal is, where you have your Mirror Mana fully stacked and your Trinity Force or your Iceborne Gauntlet, as it might be.
I'm also more surprised they don't poke more, knowing that a lot of their fights they've lost, or trades I guess they've lost, because of Himana's bone plating. It's not very hard for an Ezreal to knock that off. Yeah. But he really hasn't gone for any harass whatsoever, so every time those trades do break out, they're not faring too well.
A lot of it is because, you know, the reason you buy Tear of the Goddess is because you have mana costs. It's not as easy to... Like, yes, you could pop the bone plating by just using the Arcane Flux through, since it goes through minions and hits champions. But that is very mana hungry. See, he gets the Mystic Shot now, and that will pop the bone plating.
Nice. Yeah, bone plating's... It's very strong, but it also has very clear windows of where it's doing nothing.
It's like, hey, that guy has the little shields floating around him. Maybe I should just wait until they go away before I use my abilities.
I believe next patch they have a nerf to how long it lasts.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage used to push the wave farther away from the tower. Beniona starting to build up a little bit of a wave. Gonna shove in onto Slappy.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna shove that in and start roaming down. His mid laner and he are both trying to collapse onto Sejuani.
Yeah,
Looks
what
like
is happening?
They don't get it, though. I think he ulted Aikudo right when he jumped out of the pit, which left Camille in the pit, and Sejuani out of the pit, but in
like
the
at the
ultimatum.
edge of the Hextech ultimatum.
Yeah, because on...
Man, I really wish we could see it.
I know, I'm saying this on minimap alone, but I saw Sejuani sit on the other side of the wall there for no reason.
And also Beniona's ult is down.
Exactly, so. And his ult is down. So
golly, directed camera, work your magic, please.
between Sejuani just sitting on the minimap like that, and
Renji coming around, King Leroy is going to get stunned up by the Scout of the Week. Does Renji have the damage? He does! Unleash power, first blood. Aikudo is there for moral support more than anything. Renji solo kills King Leroy with a 15 CS lead to his name as well.
I know, and that kind of goes back to what you're talking about. This is a Syndra who went last chapter first, blasting Wand before picking up that kill, and all he has so far is a tier in a lost chapter. So not as far ahead in combat stats, and against the champion known for a lot of kill pressure post 6.
Yeah. And the best thing about that for Apache as Beniona gets jumped on.
Whoa! Beniona to half health. And
wow,
Slappy...
he's going very low. Slappy's going to continue chasing onto him. The call of the Forge Gun comes out. Beniona flashes away from it, but will he still go down? Slappy flashes for the clap, and he gets the brittle proc. Solos out Beniona. Now you've had 2 solo kills for Apache in each of the solo lanes.
Yeah, no, in that top lane, he... Oh, wait.
Hastega looking for Slappy.
Hastega should not be able to take... Oh, but he's got Leroy,
and there's the Weaver's Wall. King Leroy will knock him in. He gets the big shield. He actually pops the Zac passive as well. King Leroy picks up a kill on a roam with the Weaver's Wall. But
well, that's something.
They get the Zac passive out of it.
At least they knock down Zac passive. Early game, that's like somewhere between 2.5 and 3 minute cooldown.
So yeah,
late game, it starts to
Renji gets a solo kill onto Leroy. Slappy gets a solo kill into Beniona. Apache looking good starting out this game. It's only a 400 gold lead. And that's basically all in that first blood. But
yeah, I
would have think it almost would have been better to just let Aikudo help so that you get that extra 200 gold tacked on.
I'm surprised that gold lead isn't bigger because all 3 of the, well, I know it's not really a lane, but all 3 of the solo laners, quote unquote.
Solo rolls.
Solo rolls. There you go.
Good elastic slingshot from Hastega forces Renji's flash. But they do know that Hastega's passive is down. Renji almost has that unleashed power back up. Could have probably turned on to Hastega if he had had a little bit more damage.
But yeah, like all of their solo lanes, solo rolls were ahead in CS, at least until just now when Orin backed and Camille got a good chunk of that wave. I am surprised that they're not more ahead in gold because the CS difference for Renji right now is pretty significant. Up over 20 CS already.
Yeah.
30 CS.
Renji is really strong in comparison to King Leroy right now. Leroy has also gone for the Unsealed Spellbook as his keystone, which, that does reduce your summoner spell cooldowns. It gives you the ability to swap summoners, but it does mean that you don't have, a combat keystone like the Arcane Comet from Renji.
Slappy gonna just go clear out a little bit of vision here. I wonder if anybody's gonna go for Rift Herald. Honestly, not a super popular objective.
Yeah.
You see people go for it generally when they have nothing better to do.
Well, yeah. The other thing is when your jungler's on the top side of the map and the enemy team is going for. Ooh, nice knockup from Slappy. He's not going to continue to chase onto Beniona, but it does interrupt the hook shot. You generally see people go for the Rift Herald when your jungler's top side and the enemy team is taking Dragon. You're like, we gotta get something out of this. Himana looking for King Leroy. Not going to use the combo onto him. Aikudo and Renji were there ready to follow up, but he doesn't feel confident in his ability to tank the tower for too long, even with that Unbreakable Will.
Bone plating only works on champion damage, right?
Yeah,
if you take a turret shot, does it reduce it?
I don't think it does.
I don't think it does either. Just checking.
True Shot Barrage used to thin out that minion wave about to hit the tower for Sickly. Sickly does have his Monomune, and he does have a Sheen. Slappy just playing aggressively onto Beniona, feeling very confident, but there's the hookshot. Actually interrupts the dash from Slappy. Beniona starting to win out this one, but that's a big shield, and the Brittle proc comes through. Yeah. Maybe throws out the Unbreakable Call of the Forge God. Nice! Hextech ultimate him to dodge, but is it enough? No! Beniona is going to take one more shot from the minion, but the Glacial Prison from Aikudo in the back will pick up a kill for Apache.
Man, all the plays in the world, Beniona, and they are not enough today. that Ornn just does so much damage and takes so little damage.
Yeah, the Hextech Ultimatum was used to dodge Call of the Forge God's second proc, but you still got hit by the first one, which means you do get the Brittle proc, and Slappy can just auto you for it. Baby Fufu now going to look at General Vici, but Himana knocks him up immediately. Concussive blows down, comes down. There's a teleport coming in from Slappy, but he's got no Call of the Forge God. That's also a teleport from That's actually only teleport from Renji. I was wrong. And he actually completes it a little. I think that was a little bit optimistic, if anything.
They definitely looked like they were getting pretty far away there. General Vici even jumped to try and get closer, but couldn't even land any autos. That was could have just saved that teleport.
Is definitely the word for that. Exactly. Winners bite onto General Vici, but Cycler can't Arcane Shift in lest he meet with the cow.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll slow down a little bit. Slappy with the Iceborne Gauntlet and a Catalyst in his inventory. It's gonna be a... I mean, Beniona, he had a Sheen and the Tiamat in his inventory when he died to Slappy that last time. Only has picked up the makings of a Phage. He's starting to feel the hurt from the Ornn.
Yeah, I mean, she just really needs to make it to those items. Like I mentioned earlier, Camille's a champion you can come back with, but only if you can eventually get those items before it's too late. Very not as level dependent as some champions. Really, her kit's already so good.
Very strong with items.
Yeah, her kit's already so good. All you really need to make it work is
they're looking for a 3-man onto Slappy here. The Weaver's Wall comes through. The Elastic Slingshot misses, but Hastega will pop him back in with the Stretching Strikes. Throws the Ram the wrong direction. Beniona Hextech Ultimatum. There's no escape. Slappy gonna actually flash. What? He flashes to take a tower shot and die. Gives the kill over to Beniona. Now Apache looking to make a play on this bottom lane. Both Renji and Aikido are down here as the bottom lane of Apache pushed down into the wave. Unleashed power used onto the Unbreakable. Baby Fufu blocks it up. Teleport from Beniona will force them away. The True Shot Barrage thins out the wave, and Reign of Kings play to avoid that dive a little bit better than Apache.
Yeah, no, ulting Baby Fufu, I mean, it looks like you're going to get the kill, but his shield will completely negate damage from the first thing that hits it.
Orb.
And then the remaining orbs will all do mitigated damage.
Yeah, and then Reign of Kings, they're even able to pick up the Rift Herald and Slappy's Teleport. Apache will pick up a Cloud Drake in response. A Mountain
Not something
and
you normally
Cloud
think
Drake.
about, but Braum is a good pick into Syndra. As soon as you see that ult come out,
as long as you're saving the Unbreakable.
Yes.
But also, more importantly, I think you'd rather save the Unbreakable for Slappy's ultimate. You can block Call of the Forge God basically entirely. Beniona now going aggressive onto Slappy. Not sure how this one will go. Slappy doesn't actually get the Brittle proc. Himana looking. He goes for the flash combo onto King Leroy. There's the Scatter the Weak Ignite onto King Leroy, but there's the Stretching Strikes. Himana goes down to the tower. Let's Bounce keeps Renji there. Aikido coming forward to defend. Hastega will lose the passive, but Apache lose their support.
And Baby Fufu's going to come in here and throw up the Unbreakable.
It's like, I will defend these blobs.
Make sure his teammate can reform.
Really nice from Hastega, and Apache, they wanted to force that play onto King Leroy, but King Leroy had both of his summoners, and I don't think they knew Hastega was there.
Yeah, it seemed like they didn't.
So Hastega lands an Elastic Slingshot and Stretching Strikes onto both Himana and Renji, knocks them into each other, and then the Let's Bounce comes through while Himana's tanking tower, and now Stretching Strikes are going to pull in Renji. The flashes away from the Unraveled Earth. The Scatter the Weak stun comes through, but Baby Fufu comes in, throws up the Unbreakable, flash forward, and Renji goes down to the winner's bite. Baby Fufu comes in. Aikido almost gets stunned up. Hastega and Baby Fufu defending the mid lane.
Renji thinks, aha, I have my jungler too. But then Reign of Kings raises them one better. Yeah. The support comes into the lane, turning the 1v1 or the 1v2 into a 2v2 into a 3v2.
Yeah. So Apache are gonna lose mid lane tower for first blood thanks to the Rift Herald drop by Reign of Kings.
That Scryers see that ward somehow?
I don't know.
That's not
but they have a control ward there anyway, so they could definitely
That's
see
where it came from.
Slappy is trying to get a tower down for Apache, but Beniona using the Tiamat to just keep him away. I will defend this to the best of my ability.
Benyota's doing a really good job of like staying pretty close in CS, despite I mean, you've seen it. Those W's are dealing so much damage, and he has to back away because of the brittle procs as well. So good on him. He's 10 CS down right now. This turret is getting low, but it's not dead yet. Hastega's even heading up to the top side to try and keep it alive.
But Slappy does have an Iceborne. He's just going to be able to walk up and auto it. There it is. Trinity Force actually is the choice for Sickly rather than the Iceborne Gauntlet that we've seen a lot of. Makes sense. There's only really General Vici as far as real, like, dedicated physical damage goes.
We've seen a bit of roaming this game, but I'm surprised that we're still basically in laning phase at 20 minutes.
Oh, the Weaver's Wall just used to push Apache away from the tower as well.
Still pretty much.
Reign of Kings are very heavily prioritizing keeping their towers alive as long as possible.
For sure. And because of that, they're, like I said, they're basically still in laning phase. And the top lane, you could say that coming out of laning phase, Slappy came out with a 10 CS lead and a tower over Camille, because 20 minutes seems to be finally marking the end of laning phase for this game. It's quite a bit longer than usual. Normally you see it maybe end around, I don't know, 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah. Trinity
maybe even
Force.
earlier if you're
Trinity
playing
Force for Sickly. He's going to give him... He's going to get the Rage passive out of it that you don't get with Iceborne. He's going to get a little bit of attack speed, which you don't get with Iceborne. Yeah, and I guess his main concern is that, you know, Renji is going to be the one who blows him up with the Unleashed Power, and the Iceborne doesn't really help you with that as Baby Fufu comes in, throws up the Unbreakable. Glacial Fissure used in an attempt to catch General Vici out of the rocket jump.
They had King Leroy there, but he doesn't have his ultimate out, so no wall to help out the gank.
I understand what Baby Fufu was trying to do there, but that's a really hard one to pull off because of how long it brought him to jump into the air and then slam back down.
Quite a big cast. Have you ever watched that animation in slow motion?
Yeah, he like elongates his body as the elastic slingshot coming in. The rocket jump will get him at the safety, and Hastega is not able to find anything there.
General Vici playing Tristana, such a safe champion. Hard to get that gank off when you're, you know, behind that halfway point of the lane and you have some wards in the river.
And it's really hard because you can't just use it immediately either, because the rocket jump, you can buffer it. During that period of time where she's like still on the ground, she can't be interrupted off the rocket jump as King Leroy attempts to steal away the blue buff, but Slappy's the one who ends up getting it. Okay, so blue buff on each of the solo laners of Apache. And Renji is a very significant amount ahead of King Leroy with 60 CS ahead over King Leroy.
Really big lead. I didn't notice how big it's gotten.
That's pretty sizable.
Yeah. Despite that though, Renji only 1-1-0. Hasn't really been doing a lot with it, and he's
gold
gonna need
is
to
dead
try
even as across the two teams.
He's gonna need to try and do something with that soon, because Talia scales a little bit better overall than the Syndra does.
It is definitely a lot better at taking down hyper tanks.
The
Talia is, which they are staring down the face of. Or in Sejuani, you're gonna need some sustained damage to get through them.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like Talia is a really good pick into this, as long as they can not lose early against the Syndra.
Talia Ezreal as the, you know, quote unquote carry combo on the side of Reign of Kings they have a very strong kiting composition. Talia likes to kite, Ezreal likes to kite.
Then Zac and Camille sort of seem to go against that almost.
Yeah.
But they're
Zac
kind
and Camille can kind of help. The Braum also fits very nicely into that, because Glacial Fissure is a very good disengage tool, very good peel tool as well. Reign of Kings, they're trying to get position here, but Apache beat them to the punch, get around that Cloud Drake, ready to start it up. Both junglers are in this area. The only ones not here are the top laners. Both of them have their teleport at the ready. Ekado gonna take some damage from the Cloud Drake as they go in. Sickly's Gizana have the Glacial Prison blocked by Baby Fufu, throws out the Unbreakable. True Shot Rush comes out. King Leroy in the backline with the Weaver's Wall. Let's bounce. They abduct General Vici and they kill off the AD carry of Apache immediately. Himana gonna get sent up by concussive blows. Renji exhausted, cannot get the kill with the Unleashed Power. Aikado now gonna get chased by Sickly. Will they have it? Yes, they will. It's an auto attack and a Mystic Shot. Triple kill for Sickly, and Reign of Kings 4-for-0 over Apache.
I just noticed it is still Elsnek Sickly. I like it. He's repping the true team. He's just subbing for Reign of Kings.
Yeah, I'm glad you got rid of that Karamat guy. He's not super great at League of Legends.
These are all jokes, by the way, for anybody who's tuning in. All right, Sickly and Baby Fufu.
Well, yeah, it's a joke. Everything
yeah,
up except for the
he just has
thing.
it.
that one was pretty true.
Sickly just has the tag on for lulz. Looks like they are going to be able to pick up this tower.
Slappy actually coming around behind, or actually that's on his side, but the
going
elastic
Leroy,
slingshot, he gets caught by the elastic slingshot. Hastega doesn't have anything to punch him into, as General Vici rocket jumps in onto Baby Fufu. There's a lot of damage. The Himana will give General Vici off the kill as teleport comes in from Beniona into that bottom lane. Is he going to cancel? No, he hook shots in, finds Himana. True Shot Barrage comes out, it's nicely sidestepped. The Hex Ultimatum not used as the teleport coming in from Slappy. The rocket jump forward. No, it's Renji's it's both teleports. Mystic Shot, they're trying to kite. Elastic slingshot comes through. The Call of Forge God as they eliminate Himana with the Unraveled Earth. The Sickly is taking the Unleashed Power to the face. He will go down. Slappy doing what he can. Aikido comes around the backside. King Leroy gonna take some damage. Elastic slingshot, Buster shots away. Hastega, Glacial Prison. He gets blobbed. Apache chasing down Reign of Kings. Pick up 4 for 1.
Dang, nice fight on their part, and that's going to get them, after they get this turret, that's going to get them back even in this game.
Yeah, 500 gold down, but they're going to look for more. They've got the Demolish on Slappy and General Vici's Tristana. They're just going to pick up 2 bottom here and 300 gold in the lead.
Right, and they're ahead when it comes to objectives as well. 1 dragon ahead, up a Mountain Drake, and now up a tower. So despite being even in gold, they are, you know, quote-unquote winning.
Yeah, now General Vici, he's picked up 3 kills he now has 3 kills as well. 2 crit items, building towards a 3rd. Sickly has the Trinity Force, the Miramana, and building toward, almost has the Blade of the Rune King. He has the 2 components.
Yeah, Blade of the Rune King is actually pretty important for Ezreal. Being that it has pretty high, well, you know, for what it is, pretty high current health damage on it. It works really well with Ezreal, even though you'd think that sounds more like maybe a DPS item. It works really well on Ezreal because he's throwing out those Qs so often and hitting targets before a fight begins, you know, when they're at full health.
Yeah, and additionally, like you said, it's a DPS item. It does help to make Ezreal a little bit better of a DPS champion, as Himana is bound, but Hastega cannot find anything to Stretching Strikes him onto.
But yeah,
was the Alistar ultimate forced by Reign of Kings, though?
To get away from the
yeah, just to survive the damage coming out. Now Reign of Kings, they know that Himana has no ultimate. Can't go as aggressive with his engages. They've got Beniona in the bottom lane, shoving in there, getting his split push. He's got Trinity Force and Ravenous Hydra, looking to play a little bit more aggressively as a split pusher, rather than the Titanic Hydra you see normally for like team fighting.
Yeah.
As Elastics are coming in, Aikido gonna dodge away with the Arctic Assault, but it gets pulled in by the Stretching Strikes. It's not gonna matter all that much.
Looks like we have 2 members of Apache going down to deal with Beniona. That's a little dangerous, though.
Both solo laners, too.
Considering 4 members are still up here by Baron, that's a little risky.
Renji, he's letting Slappy deal with it. It's Aikido and Hastega find each other in the jungle. Aikido coming out a little bit ahead there. The Arctic Assault comes through. General Vici now here. The Weaver's Wall. He will Elastic Slingshot to safety as Beniona getting aggressed on by Slappy. A tower goes down in the top lane for Reign of Kings as Slappy and Beniona fight it out. Nice hook shot will dodge away from the knockup, and Himana coming forward aggressively, just trying to push him away. Apache trying to secure vision around this barren area. No teleport still for Slappy or Beniona.
Alright, it looks like Beniona is still having trouble against Slappy in that last trade.
Yeah.
Slappy has the Ninja Tabi and the Iceborne Gauntlet, plus a ton of help in that health, and that Abyssal Mask is also doing a pretty big favor for his damage, increasing it by
Apache,
10%.
they force their way down this mid lane tower. The True Shot Barrage comes out, but it's not to save anything.
Yeah, he's got so much CDR because his entire build is revolved around getting that 40% CDR. Not technically as fast as possible because he didn't take Transcendence or Boots of Lucidity, but still pretty darn quickly.
Yep.
And that's helping him have, as you saw there, basically 100% uptime on those, I don't know what it's called, the little pillar thingy. Yeah, the Q, little magma pillar.
Is that what it's called? Magma pillar?
Is it?
I don't know, but that sounds like something that would be called, right? No, Slappy, gonna clap on a Beniona. Yeah, he still loses these trades. And there's a knock-up coming through. Beniona gonna get caught. Hook shot will not get him quite out. There's the call of the Forge God. Will knock him up. Slappy is gonna look for another one. He does not have flash, but he does have the knock-up. Beniona flashes to safety just in time.
I've been playing too much Rainbow Six Siege. Oof is a meme there. I'm sorry.
Pachi, they tried to start up that one. Glacial Prison used onto the Unbreakable. Baby Fufu throws up the Glacial Fissure, and Himana's all alone. Hastega goes in. Elastic Slingshot. Baby Fufu lives, and Himana dies. They've got the concussive blows and the kill onto Aikido as the Hextech Ultimatum finds Slappy. Beniona's just trying to keep Slappy from going to help his team.
And after taking all those turret shots, it looks like Beniona's going to win this fight.
Close there. There's some pot shots coming out from General Vici. Now Beniona's going to win this fight. Slappy doesn't get the brittle proc. He gets the knockup. Beniona does have it with the hook shot, the auto attack, and he kills Slappy. Now it's Reign of Kings who get to start off the Baron.
I don't know what Slappy did to wind up between those towers, but he took a bunch of turrets.
Rapid fire cannon from General Vici kills out the remainder of King Leroy's health bar. Beniona teleports in just to watch his mid laner die. Misses the hookshot onto the wall. Renji out of Fog of War. Doesn't find the Scat of the Week onto Beniona, but the rocket jump in for General Vici gets exhausted and he gets shut down. Unleash power again into Baby Fufu's Unbreakable, and they lose Renji as well.
What is it about Tristana that makes people just jump to their deaths?
They think they can get the reset.
But yeah, no, that was a crit with the IE, boost to your crit damage. Shiv, which can crit, and Rapid Fire Cannon just giving him the range there. Yeah. The thing between Rapid Fire Cannon and Static Shiv, the damage doesn't stack. It always picks which one will do more damage, though.
Which is, I think it's always Static Shiv.
I think you're right.
Yeah. But the Static Shiv, it actually always crits when your auto attack crits.
Yes. Yes. And that his auto was a crit, and so he got the Static Shiv increased damage on its crit as well as Infinity Edge, and he just pops him.
Baby Fufu played that like insanely well. He sees the Glacial Prison coming at him. He knows I gotta throw up the Unbreakable or I'll die before I can get it up out of the stun. He blocks a lot of the damage coming out, throws it down the Glacial Fissure to disengage as his team focuses down Himana. Then he's able to stand behind me to jump back towards his team, and they're able to clean up a lot of members of Apache. Unfortunately for King Leroy, he gets Rapid Fire Cannon and the Baron Pit as Slappy and Beniona are trading, and Beniona seems to be doing a lot better now.
Yeah. He picked up those Merc treads, and they seem to be working.
Slappy is now trying to retreat. Beniona going in with the hook shot, gets a knockup in. Beniona forces Slappy's flash this time. He's actually continuing to chase with the Trinity Force movement speed. Hook shot comes through, doesn't get the stun, but he's looking just for damage. Level 17 Beniona now to level 16 Slappy.
Yeah, it looks like the Merc treads and those recent levels that he's picked up have been huge for these fights. Slappy even went and picked up a...
Yeah, unfortunately for Beniona, all Slappy has to do is back away for a little bit thanks to the Warmog's armor, but that doesn't mean he can stop him from taking the tower, and now Beniona goes aggressive onto him once again, but
I don't know if Slappy got tilted or if Beniona got untilted.
Beniona.
But Slappy is also playing these fights significantly worse than he was earlier. Yeah. He's missed a lot of his W's.
Yeah, and now, but Slappy takes so much damage, gets the knockup, gets the shield. Beniona, no, he overstayed his welcome this time. Slappy says, who's tilted? It's not me. Takes down Beniona. Reign of Kings, they started up the Baron, but now Aikido taking a lot of damage. Gets caught by the Unraveled Earth, the seismic shove, but the Scout of the Week will keep Aikido alive, pushing away Reign of Kings.
Wow, Aikido was going down so quickly there. And it makes sense. He doesn't have very many resistances yet. Still, 33 minutes into the game. Haven't been a lot of kills, not snowballing.
And you gotta account for the Leandry's damage amp that King Leroy had on him. He got number of threaded volleys off, and then the Unraveled Earth Seismic Shove combo. That was amplified by the Leandry's Torment. And he's got a Void Staff in his inventory to add to that.
Now I'm picturing an Abyssal Mask, Leandry's Conqueror tank build.
I'll hold that thought as Apache. They start at the Baron there. Coming in, the Seismic Shove doesn't land, but Hastega goes in with the Elastic Shove. He's going to get focused out, but the Let's Bounce finds 4 members of Apache. The Unbreakable coming out. Baby Fufu is not going to be able to... No! He headbutts him away to allow the Call of the Forge God to come through. Baby Fufu trying to defend. The Scat of the Week will find 2. Buster shot. They kill him up. He rocket jumps onto Baby Fufu with the Unbreakable, trying to survive, but it's not going to be enough. Triple kill for General Vici. Flash headbutt will not find King Leroy thanks to a good flash from the mid lane of Reign of Kings. Now the hook shot and the Weaver's Wall find General Vici, and they do have the damage. They get the shutdown. Himana now on the run. Slappy coming from base.
Run.
Will they find him? The hook shot comes out. Threaded volley. It will not matter. It's a Beniona double kill on the side of Reign of Kings.
Nice pickup. That fight looked pretty back and forth. And at the end of the day, I think Apache just started seeing the fight go in their way a bit and then overcommitted to the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
And they just got stuck in this fight that they really didn't want because Beniona shows back up. Leroy was full health pretty much the whole time, and they end up cleaning.
Yeah. And Renji is not able to find any good unleashed powers here. Baby Fufu threw up the Unbreakable. It was really nicely done. But Himana also played that pretty well. He headbutted Baby Fufu out of the path of the Call of the Forge God so that his Unbreakable could not block it. But unfortunately, with the Unbreakable absorbing so much of Apache's damage, they just sort of lose out on that fight and they get split up. General Vici did get a number of kills in that fight, but they just got so split that King Leroy and Beniona were able to come through and pick him off.
Yeah, but that Scryer's Bloom reveals 4 wards across the Baron Pit. But can they really do anything about it? Because all of Apache is here. Astega is waiting in this bush. He wants to go in. He doesn't get to smite that.
General Vici picks it up.
Yeah, General Vici, his crit did, I think that was close to 800 damage total.
Aikido also stun the Scuttle Crab, and the Scuttle Crab loses a lot of resistances when it's CC'd.
Okay, we've got Beniona down in the bot lane.
Beniona's still bottom lane.
Split push.
His teleport is live, I think.
He did go Sterix, which going Sterix is pretty good for your damage, but it also is an item that scales with bonus
Apache,
health.
they're starting up the Baron. They call the Forge God. He misses! Slappy missed it! The teleport comes in, but Hasega's in the back. Elastic 6 shot, they buster shot him out. Beniona gets in on General Vici. The Hexacle Dominion comes down. He one-shots it from 50! Aikido now flashing to safety. Renji throws down the Scout of the Week to keep them all away, but there's the hook shot. The slow comes through. The stretching strikes will pull him back in. A double kill for Beniona.
Damn, and he also picks up that stopwatch before that fight goes down, and this is, something that builds into GA, which is, I assume, what he's going next, and it helps him out a lot there, because it lets him just dive straight for General Vici, commit fully to trying to kill him, and then he doesn't even lose his life for it because of that stopwatch.
Yeah, really nicely done by Beniona. Solos out the majority of Apache's damage, because Renji is, despite having that lead early on, Himana gets destroyed over the wall! As Reign of Kings, they're trying to get in there. No smite comes through from Aikido. The Let's Bounce will knock him in place. The concussive blows comes through, and Beniona comes over for moral support. The one member who did not participate in the death of Aikido.
Well, dang, what has been a very close and back and forth game has, in the last 7 minutes or so, really snowballed in favor of Reign of Kings. So now not only have they picked up a lot of kills, but they've also picked up a Baron buff.
Yeah, Renji...
So with that 6k gold lead and Baron, they all just backed and purchased with all that newfound gold, they're going to run this straight up the middle. Like we were talking about, it seems like their comp definitely favors, their comp is definitely favored in late game here.
Yeah, Renji started off this game so well, but now he's just struggled to find effectiveness in these team fights. Baby Fufu is shutting down so much of Apache right now.
Yeah, I mean, Leroy hasn't even overcome the CS deficit he found himself earlier in the game, but it doesn't matter. He's 7-3-10. He's doing a ton of damage. He's got that gold back from those kills, and Renji...
Oh, but Beniona might have overstayed here, dodges away from the Glacial Prison, but the Call of the Forge God finds him, and Himana will just combo him down. The Hextech Ultimatum will be non-effective, as Reign of Kings, they don't even have a way to push with, so now their Baron has been stifled quite a bit by the pick onto Beniona.
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised he was able to get
Aikido is going to face check into a
tanks.
few members. The Elastic Slingshot. Nice Arctic Assault will interrupt the Elastic Slingshot, but can he find anything? No. Has to back away. Cannot Stretching Strikes Himana into anything.
And those crits from General Vici popping off out of that Static Shiv are huge. He just dealt quite a bit of damage to Hastega and Leroy in the back after autoing Baby Fufu.
Mana Apache are going to be separated by
General Vici gets knocked all the way over into the Raptors, thanks to the way the walls lined up there.
And for those of you who didn't notice that, oh, Scat of the Week comes through. The Call of the Forge God is going to be an engage from Slappy, but Renji is going to have to use the stopwatch to avoid Hastega. The Glacial Fissure comes out, and Renji goes down. Unleashed Power is used, but the Locket absorbs it all. Now, General Vici, they take out Hastega, so Apache come out 1-for-0 in that fight, but now they have to get out, and Renji's super low. Okay. All right, then. For those of you who don't actually know this, because it's so rare that you actually see it, but we saw it just now. So Orn's, the thing where when you knock into terrain and it knocks people up, it will actually destroy player generated terrain. So like Jarvan, Trundle, and in that case Talia, he actually destroyed part of the wall with his E there, which is why his team was able to walk through it.
This is pretty cool interaction.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Interactions like that make me wish that there were more things in the game that both created and destroyed terrain.
Yeah.
It's a pretty...
Like what kind of champions would have abilities like that?
That would create terrain?
No, that would destroy terrain.
Ziggs.
Oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. He's like a demolition guy.
Yeah, and I know that they did a full mage rework to try and make him kind of the anti-structure mage,
yeah.
But that only gets you so far. You only play around structure so often in a game. It might be cool, maybe, to make his satchel charge destroy player-made terrain, kind of like...
Then you're going in onto Aikido, but it's just gonna back away.
Kind of like Ornn.
Yeah. Of course, like, I think that's a pretty cool idea, yeah. The thing is, you would need a lot more player-generated terrain to make having more destructible terrain.
It would be cool to see both of those things, though. And watching that interaction, it got me kind of like, oh, that was really cool. And now I just like want more champions to be able to like build little walls. Let's get some Fortnite strats up here, okay? Just you get attacked, you throw a base around yourself.
You mean baby PUBG?
Baby PUBG.
I don't play either of the games. I don't judge.
At least Fortnite is like finished, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
It's definitely something it's got going.
It's finished. It's free to play. There's a lot of pros to Fortnite compared to PUBG.
I just wish it was a little more strategic. All right, here we go.
There's the Weaver's Wall thrown down by Reign of Kings. The True Shot Barrage comes across. Himana actually used his Pulverize. There's the Unraveled Earth, the Locket of the Iron Solar. He popped by Himana. Now Apache, they're focusing onto the Elder Dragon. The teleport coming in from Benioff from the top lane. There's Hastega getting into the back of the pit. Call of the Forge Gun comes out. It's stolen! Hastega gets the Elder Dragon! Renji is now on the run. They're trying to focus Benioff, but the Hextech ultimate comes through. Slappy in the back line will take out Sickly, but 40 goes down. So far, it's a 2-for-1 in favor of Reign of Kings. Beniona continuing to get in. Renji is going to scatter the weak him away. The flash forward from King Leroy will get the threaded volley, takes out the Guardian Angel, and they take out Renji as well. Now General Vici is just going to go down. It's a 1-for-4 in favor of Reign of Kings, plus the Elder Dragon steal for Hastega.
And that was starting to look promising for Apache, but as soon as that Elder Dragon goes down, that's not only just losing the objective, that's a huge swing for the team fight itself.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, for the rest of that team fight, your team is not getting that true damage buff.
That was
the enemy team is.
Really large mistake. What is Beniona doing here? He's got to be very careful here. Hook shots himself to safety. A huge mistake by Apache. They allow Hastega into the pit, and he outsmites Aikido.
And that makes the difference because, again, that's a huge team fight swing right there. That's a bunch of true damage that your team is now getting.
Yep.
The rest of that fight.
So now Reign of Kings, they've got, what is that? 12% movement speed out of combat with the double Cloud Drake with the Elder.
Shoot, it's pretty big.
Yeah, so it's like I know it's 6% per Cloud Drake out of combat. Then you've got the Elder, which is amplifying that. So is that make it? I can't see it. All right, forget it. Apache now on the defensive for sure, though. They lost that mid lane inhibitor. They're still waiting out the Elder Dragon buff.
Yeah, and they should be. I mean, that is so much, and
that's
with
so
the
much
changes
power
to Cloud as well. Like that's a ton of in combat movement speed too. So that would be 4% in combat increased by 50.
Yeah, and
so 6% in combat.
You kind of saw that. Yeah. Beniona was able to continue chasing down Renji and General Vici after that Elder Dragon fight went awry for Apache.
6% bonus move speed all the time. That's pretty big.
Well, it's 2% in combat per stack. So
yeah, so that's
as it is right now.
So it'd be two from the other stack,
and then
increased by 50%.
50% for Elder Dragon. Okay, so I see what you're saying.
So 6% in combat right now from all of their clouds in the Elder.
Aikido finds Hastega.
Hastega might actually be able to win against Aikido this time, thanks to that Elder Dragon bird.
Oh, the Unraveled Earth.
It's about to run out though. I think it just ran out. Didn't
the
it?
Elder Dragon. Yeah, it looks like it did.
I think it like just ran out when I.
But the Baron is live. They've got Beniona pushing in the bottom lane, but Slappy is the one with teleport up. Question is, Beniona, can he still 1v1 Slappy, or will he lose out again like we saw the last time?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a big chunk of damage, but Slappy's got the shields, he's got the brittle procs. Beniona continuing to go aggressive.
Ooh.
Another big pop with a true damage from that precision protocol. Beniona gonna...
Ooh! Every one of these true damage procs
hurt.
are so big.
Flash away from Slappy, and Beniona gonna get the call of Forge God. He's gonna get knocked up. The QSS not in time, and Renji picks up the kill.
Beniona doing very well in that fight, but then gets greedy.
Yeah, gets baited in, and Renji was there in time. Both teleports are available for the solo laners of Apache, and they just killed Beniona. There's a teleport coming in from Slappy. We see it channeled in that brush in the bottom lane. Aikido going in. Arctic Assault finds Hastega. Gets the Glacial Prison onto him. General Vichi's trying to do the damage, but he doesn't have it. No Last Whisper for General Vici, and they lose both Himana and Aikido. And now Hastega charging in the last 16 shot. Slappy gonna use the Bellows Breath, but you're not unstoppable by the way anymore. He's gonna get pulled in, stunned by the concussive blow. Slappy is doing what he can, but it's not enough. Sickly will just focus him down. The last auto attack will land, and Apache are wiped away.
And how bad does that have to feel? I mean, Slappy didn't have his ultimate come that fight, and he wasn't even really in it. I think they kind of were like, hey, we're on our way to Baron, and we just killed Camille. Let's fight. But his team took that a little bit, that advice a little too quickly.
Yeah. Did you saw Hastega in the back of the fight? General Vici literally autoed him for like a full 2 seconds, but General Vici has been so afraid of getting killed by Beniona that he has not bought a Last Whisper item. And Hastega's Randuin's reducing the crit damage, and that Bramble Vest he's got in his inventory are just neutralizing so much of his damage.
Achi started to be on the back foot. Both of those remaining inhibitor towers are very, very low. If Camille has even a brief moment alone in one of those lanes, she's going to take an inhibitor.
Beniona even has the Mercurial Scimitar himself, so 2 QSS cleanses on the side of Reign of Kings as well. 10, 3, and 14 is King Leroy with the Morellonomicon as well, so whatever healing you might have had, probably don't have anymore.
He's been sitting far enough back that Syndra and Tristana can't do anything to him just because those are the way their champions are. And then Ornn, Sejuani, and Alistar, while they're all good frontliners and initiators, they're not really good divers, you know, in terms of getting on Talia and harassing her.
Beniona's going to get jumped on by 2 members of Apache. The locket from Slappy will come through. He's looking for Renji, almost takes him out. The Zanya's used, but he gets the hook shot, and he kills Renji in a 1v2. Slappy now running away. Reign of Kings have asserted their dominance. They're winning everywhere else. They get the top lane inhibitor. The mid lane inhibitor is already down. Slappy continuing to fight on the Beniona, but the rest of Reign of Kings are starting to come in. The last 6 shot finds in the stretching strikes, and Sickly picks up the killing spree. Reign of Kings get 3 inhibitors here fairly soon as General Vici buster shots out Beniona. That's 3 inhibitors for Reign of Kings, and they're looking for the end of the game. Redemption coming out. The Weaver's Wall will keep them all in their base. Stay where you are. General Vici can't do any damage as Reign of Kings take down the Nexus, and they will take 2nd place in OKLCS Spring 2018.
Damn, nice game. Well played both teams, but in the end, Reign of Kings, they're able to stall out laning phase because they see that, like, our team's going to win late game. We have a Talia, like, that's going to absolutely melt these tanks thanks to, you know, new Leandries, and they play passively, they let the game run on, and then Syndra just can't do anything anymore after being pretty impressive in the early game.
Really just nicely played across the board by Reign of Kings. Beniona got solo killed a few times, didn't let it get to him, came back, is able to 1v2 Slappy and Renji. Additionally, the threat of Beniona's Camille forced General Vici to go very defensive item build. Doesn't have a Last Whisper, which means that Hastega's literally able to just stand there and tank all of his damage.
Yeah, as we saw in that fight near the Baron.
And that allowed Sickly and Leroy, who are both very strong kiting and damage DPS champions, to focus down Slappy and Aikido just really well executed by Reign of Kings. So Reign of Kings, with that victory, they have secured the second, not secured the second seed, but they are currently now in second place going into week 9. So we are going to take a short break before we get into our second game of the night. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 8. I'm Alex Agent A22, now joined by Corey Bunger for the next game on the day, which is between Sky Zero and Gecko Slammer Armageddon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Sky Zero, they are coming in number 1 into Week 8, currently sitting at 6-1, whereas Gecko Slammer Armageddon, they're sitting around the middle of the pack at 3-4. A lot of teams around that 3-4 mark at this time.
The one thing I'm really excited about already is seeing this Maokai jungle. This is something that I haven't seen a whole lot of. Then the end of Season 7, I saw a ton of it, and then as soon as all the new masteries came out, all the new runes, I haven't seen it, and it's slowly starting to come back, and it makes me really happy.
Ooh, Almighty gonna face check into multiple members of GSM. Actually flashes away, really just scared of the possibility of Impressive's taunt or the twisted event from Shaq.
I'd say it didn't
probably
look like he
better
was
safe. He wasn't gonna get hit by the Flash Frost. A good sidestep from that one, but better safe than sorry on those other two CC abilities. This game does matter actually quite a bit as far as playoffs goes. GSM sitting at 3-4. There's a lot of teams at 3-4, so any of the matches involving them matter a lot as far as playoff standings go. GSM with a victory here and a victory against Apache next week would secure themselves at least a spot in playoffs. But that would be playing against what is currently the number 1 seed and up until last game the number 2 seed. So it's a rough schedule GSM has to work with. Let's see.
Definitely, it looks like
what? They messed it up.
I don't know. I don't know what they decided to do. Oh, they had a ward there that was spotted.
No, okay. So something you can do, right? Is as Maokai, you can put a sapling in the brush,
and it lasts for 33 seconds.
Oh, this is potentially a cheese. The winner's bite misses from the Buck Nasty, and Airy Panda will punish with a little bit of Zephyr damage. Yeah, you can essentially double leash your jungler from both buffs by having him put a sapling in there and not having aggro until Mystic DK and Airy Panda had gotten the blue buff low enough to die to it. Fortunately, they messed that up. So Shaq 2 does not get that extra strong start. Jack coming forward. He pushes the wave in onto Almighty. Be the Arcane Comet coming out. It's going to just be fairly slow. These aren't very aggressive lanes, really on either side. As I say it, Impressive goes in onto Garbleezy, puts down a big chunk of damage onto him.
You know, before Garbleezy takes the... Oh, it's... clear scurvy.
Remove scurvy.
Remove scurvy. That's it. His W at level 3. I expect the Shen to be going in hard on him.
Yeah, but that's a very large wave.
Power Qs.
Yeah. Pretty large wave though to go aggressive onto.
Yeah, but now there is the remove scurvy on the side of the Gangplank, so I don't expect that to be coming in much anymore. Every time Impressive comes in with a taunt, it's gonna be a very easy remove scurvy. You just remove that. Just eat a couple oranges and you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Impressive also has his bone plating popped and the powder keg from Garbleezy as well. Impressive, very still already chugged through his one potion he's allowed this game after starting the Doran shield. The Buck Nasty and Katachi just starting to shove in onto Mystic DK and Airy Panda.
The Impressive is wanting some of this farm, but he's just getting thrown away.
He's getting denied it by the tower. Just really unfortunate health stacking, but Dude Perfect heading back into his own side of the jungle. Winner's Bite will miss from the Buck Nasty yet again. Stick DK and Airy Panda, they can't go super aggro because there's a big minion wave. The Unbreakable comes through. It actually blocks the Howling Gale as well. Airy Panda and Mystic DK will get stunned up by the Winner's Bite, or the Concussive Blows rather, forcing the Flash and the Exhaust from Airy Panda. Just going aggressive, Katachi and the Buck Nasty successfully burn out both of Airy Panda's summoners. A little bit of panic on the side of GSM's bottom lane there, using a lot of their abilities straight into the Unbreakable.
That's something that I saw last game. There's a lot of things being blocked by that Unbreakable. It's extremely powerful ability. Yeah.
There are ways to play around it if you hold a lot of your abilities until that goes down. Or just like, you know, back away, do what you can onto it like that. But it is really hard to do in the thick of a team fight. You're just trying to kill the enemy as fast as you can before they kill you.
Yeah. It's the exact same thing like when Yasuo throws down his wind wall. Like, you can work around it, but honestly, you're just going to chuck everything at it in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Impressive, starting to build up a wave to shove back in onto Garbleezy. Dude Perfect playing this Olaf jungle is a lot faster of a jungle clear than the Maokai. Olaf actually historically was a very fast clearing jungler. You're seeing Olaf come back a little bit nowadays. And I don't know why, but it is something that I know is starting to pick up in popularity.
It's especially more because especially with the remover of the tracker's knives, it's allowing these more aggressive junglers to come through. Junglers that would in fact have taken something like the Chilling Smite or the Red Smite,
the Skirmisher Saber.
Skirmisher Saber. Those are coming back. So for instance, you already see Dude Perfect pick up that first part of the Skirmisher Saber.
And he's got his boots as well for that Predator enchant. He has very potent ganks. You can just runs at you really fast and then slow you permanently with the help of those undertows. Good Howling Gale will knock up both bottom laners. And there's a Shadow Dash in onto Garbleezy. Doesn't actually remove Scurvy, and that's a lot of damage from Impressive, but Garbleezy has his level 6. There is the remove Scurvy.
It looked like he had just not enough mana, but the level up gave it to him.
You cannot dive onto a Gangplank unless you have a lot of burst damage, because he is going to pop that remove Scurvy, give himself a heal under the tower. He is going to pop that Cannon Barrage on top of you to slow you, prevent you from finishing him off, as well as escaping from the tower. It's really dangerous. As Garbleezy recalls, picks up a Sheen, and teleports back into lane.
This is where the barrels are going to start to hurt a little bit more.
Dude Perfect. Ooh, nice stun from Jack. And there's the Realm Warp coming in from Almighty into the back. They stun up Jack, and he will not get egged. The flash over. Jack will get egged as Almighty is now in the 1v4. Almighty is so low, and he is going to get Howling Gale. It's first blood for Airy Panda. The rest of his team not willing to flash over with him, or didn't have their flashes available, rather.
Yeah, I think Jack just got a little too excited there, and maybe didn't think about the fact that Anivia has the egg form.
For Almighty, Jack is Anivia.
Sorry, Almighty jumped over it rather than thinking about Jack having the egg form.
Yeah, and then the rest of GSM successfully collapse into that area of the jungle. The rest of Sky Zero are not able to flash over. Katachi's is on cooldown, the Buck Nasty's is on cooldown. Dude Perfect not willing to flash over.
No. I wouldn't flash over into that. Maybe if I had level 6, which would give the ultimate, allowing... Is it now with level 6? Maybe with it, if he had it then, he might have flashed over, getting him an assured escape. Can't be blocked by CC. But before then, I definitely wouldn't have gone in.
Oh, I think that is a thing that happened, actually. They buffed Olaf's ultimate. It gives more resistances now when you don't activate it, and it gives more attack damage when you do activate it. That's what it was.
That would make sense.
Yeah. You actually get a lot of resistances just passively from the ultimate, provided you don't pop it. When you pop it, you get a movement speed towards enemy champions, the immunity to CC, and a little bit of attack damage, but you sacrifice those passive resistances.
Yeah. That's basically his, for those D&Ders, going berserk.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what we call it.
What is... Oh, never mind. So, BF Sword for Katachi picked up. Mystic DK is building towards the Guinsoo's Rage Blade on this Varus. So, only a pickaxe and some daggers. Jack trying to shove in this wave. He's got a sizable CS lead over Almighty. Impressive. Being even with Garbleezy. Honestly, this is a good pick for Sky Zero, this Gangplank into the Shen. Because Shen is not a champion that can really very effectively pressure the Gangplank in lane. It allows Gangplank to have a relatively quiet lane phase, just scale up to become Gangplank.
It definitely does. It comes along more, especially when the barrels get farther up and leveled. It turns into a little bit more of a
stun onto
matchup.
Almighty. There's the Crystallize, and Shaq has actually come around with the Nature's Grasp, roots him in place. They're just trying to give it over to Jack, and it will be the blue smite from Shaq that picks up the kill. He was trying to give it to Jack really badly there.
He was trying.
But at the end, Almighty was about to get away, so Shaq will just give him the blue smite for that true damage. is very far behind Dude Perfect now, though, in CS, and that's really just due to the discrepancy in farm speed of champions. Olaf, one of the better farming junglers. Oh, Chain Corruption comes out, but the Unbreakable from the Buck Nasty will stop a lot of Mystic DK's damage. Nicely covering Katachi's escape. And here comes Dude Perfect. There's the Cannon Barrage as well. Howling Gale knocks him out with the Ragnarok and the Predator, slowing up Mystic DK. And he will not be able to get him. Monsoon will keep him topped off. Not quite there in time. Garblisi going to cleanse away the root, but he will get taunted up by Impressive, and he's slowly getting taken down. The barrel will not be enough, and Impressive picks up a kill. Nice gank from Shaq.
So there's not really much a Gangplank can do there. I mean, you only can eat oranges once every, was it 14 seconds?
It's got a cooldown,
like
so
yeah.
When you use the Maokai root, he has to cleanse that, and then the taunt comes through from Impressive, and they're able to take him out.
So that's definitely one downside to the Gangplank. So because yes, he is going to be able to push in very easy on this Shen,
Shaq
but
looking
Shaq
for Almighty.
is...
There's a good Crystallize from Jack, but he doesn't have the Flash Frost available. He's throwing down the Glacial Storm, and Almighty will Realm Warp his way to safety, but gets caught by the Flash Frost, and Jack picks up a kill. A noble effort from Almighty. Does actually get the Realm Warp off, but Jack throws the Flash Frost after him, and then just throws out the Frostbite to pick up the kill. 1-0-1 now with a 30 CS lead over Almighty.
No, so this is one thing I'm really excited. I said I was excited about the Maokai. This is why. He brings so much CC every time he ganks. There's the Twisted Advance, which is a root. Then there's the Q, which knockbacks and slows. Ultimate, again, is just a gigantic lockdown as well.
Yeah, and by the time you use all those, then your Twisted Advance is back up, and you're just...
Exactly. It's extremely easy to pull off a gank with Maokai just because of all the options he has.
During something, SkyZero picked up Tower First Blood in the bottom lane, and that prompts them to lane swap Katachi into the top lane, moving Garblisi down to the bottom lane. Impressive gonna take some auto attacks from Katachi. It's only level 7 Tristana without a lot of items, so Impressive is pretty okay with this.
It does have a Ninja Tabby as well, so that's gonna cut down on a lot of the damage.
A lot of damage, yeah. Garblisi, Katachi, and Dude Perfect, a lot of their damage coming from auto attacks, and at the very least also being physical damage. So, nice pickup from Impressive. You would expect that anyway, but like,
but
very good to get it early.
Definitely good picking it up faster than not.
So, GSM, they match the swap, moving Mystic DK and Airy Panda into this top lane. Jack coming around, finding Dude Perfect on the Rift Trail, but now he's caught Almighty, and the Cannon Barrage cuts him off. Stand United coming in from Impressive. Will Jack be able to survive? He gets the egg, but now Impressive is all alone. He loses Jack, but Mystic DK coming around. The Chain of Corruption spreading out throughout SkyZero, but they rocket jump forward. Mystic DK is exhausted. Will get stunned up by the concussive blows. Impressive trying to cut him down, but it will be the Monsoon coming out. The Buck Nasty going very low, but Impressive is getting buster shot at the end. He takes out Airy Panda. Buck Nasty going very low, but he picks up the kill at the Wither's Bite. SkyZero come out very ahead in all of that. A 4-for-0 at the end of the day.
Definitely a good collapse there on the side of Sky.
Yeah, really nicely done. Almighty coming around the side. Garblisi throwing down the Cannon Barrage to cut off Jack's escape. And then SkyZero, they all come around, and Mystic DK gets a little bit too close. Now, Dude Perfect and Almighty will successfully take out the Rift Herald.
And you can see there just the difference in the damage coming from Shaq 2 and Impressive. Shaq 2 hadn't quite finished his Ninja Tabby yet, and just the difference in damage from that Tristana in the small trade there, you can see it's very immense.
Now Jack, he's back to wave clear duty. He's still got a 40 CS lead over Almighty, at the very least. But, this Rise is starting to pick up. He's got a tier in the rod. Jack wasn't able to survive there, gets caught, gets egged. He actually costs Impressive his life when he stand United to try and save him. Now the Buck Nasty comes forward. Does he? He's just going to use the Unbreakable to push them away from the tower now. And the Predator coming in from Dude Perfect. He's got the Ragnarok available. He pops it now. Teleports coming in from both solo laners of GSM. They get the stun onto Mystic DK and take him out before the teleports can come through. Shadow Dash misses. Now Shaq is stunned up by concussive blows as well. The Undertow coming across. Impressive. Gonna eventually get stunned up. The Howling Gale comes across. Crystallize finds nobody. They successfully kill off Mystic DK before the teleports finish. So it's a 1-for-0 plus 2 of those teleports in favor of SkyZero.
That was really good of the Olaf just rushing down. That's what you want to do. You want to pop your Ragnarok and just immediately rush for that tank or rush for that AD carry. You just want to forget everybody else. You want to undertow that squishy immobile person and go straight.
Almighty finds Airy Panda with a Rune Prison. Impressive now having to back away. Rocket jump forward. They've got no minions though, so they're gonna have to back away.
Just a little greedy there.
Airy Panda gets Rune Prisoned over the wall by Almighty, and he just unloads a big combo from Rise onto her, and that's the Rise we're expecting. And we've seen this before! Cannon Rush behind Jack, and the rest of Sky Zero come in. They're just going to be able to pick him up as he greedily goes for a control ward.
That was the same control ward as last time.
Yeah, oh, maybe not. Taunt Flash misses from Impressive. Dude Perfect going to be able to undertow him away, and now Jack still alive. Going to get supported by Shaq with a Nature's Grasp, and now they've actually caught Buck Nasty. Shut him down. Okay, so this time it goes a little bit differently. GSM actually comes out ahead now. Almighty going to be found by Impressive. Going to Shadow Dash a little too late. Unless he was just not wanting to fight anyway. Probably also
I kind of hope he wasn't wanting to fight, just because there were still 2 people there recalling.
So GSM now, they're trying to get the shove onto the mid lane. Shaq, Airy Panda, and Mystic DK pushing in that way to the tower. Airy Panda takes a 2 or 3 tower shots for their trouble, but it will be the first tower for GSM. There's the Predator enchant from Dude Perfect, continuing to chase him down. The Howling Gale coming across, sidestepped, undertow, lands onto Shaq, but not Mystic DK, which means he doesn't want to continue chasing. Now Monsoon was still available for Airy Panda, so it would have been very difficult for him to take it out by himself, but the Rift Herald dropped by Sky Zero in the mid lane. And now all the members of GSM having to recall, they're going to be able to pick up this tower no problem. The Rift Herald barrels into it, and 5 members of Sky Zero crowd around it. They pick up a tower. 3 towers to 1, and now Rift Herald about to barrel into the 4th. All 3 outer towers going down. Howling Gale comes across. The Rift Herald will fall. Tachi now a little bit separated from his team, but he's getting able to rocket jump back towards them. Big barrel comes across. Garbleezy does have the Trinity Force.
This is good rotation on the side of Sky 1, just pulling off, going towards that Drake. They should, with Tristana, they should be able to rush that down really quickly.
Yeah, Cloud Drake, easy pickup for Sky Zero. That is a pretty significant pickup. Gangplank, Olaf, they both benefit immensely from that extra movement speed, especially that Olaf. And, you know, it is a percentage increase to movement speed, and with Predator and what I can only assume will eventually be a Righteous Glory and the Ragnarok movement speed, Dude Perfect is going to be zooming into these fights.
This is the gotta go fast Sanic build. That's what this is you just run onto their AD carry and force them 100% out of the fight.
Yep.
And there's nothing they can do about it because Ragnarok makes you immune to CC.
They could kill you. That is the one thing.
Yes, but normally you're moving so fast that, and between the damage with the undertow, and then I can't remember what Olaf's E is. The
Reckless Swing.
Reckless Swing. Normally that's enough damage to at least chunk the ADC down low enough. It forces them out of the fight.
A Mystic DK 0-2-1, only just now finishing off his Guinsu's Raid Blade, whereas Katachi has a Static Shiv and is building towards the Infinity Edge, almost has that finished. A lot of that is the global gold that Sky Zero have over GSM. GSM looking to try and convert on some of those towers. That top lane tower is very low for them. GSM, actually, they set up what looks to be a freeze bottom lane. Not taking out those minions before they recall. They're going to give it to Impressive, who will try to freeze it up against Garbleezy. Force him to CS farther away. Well, I lied. It's going away now. Trying to force him to CS farther away. Farther into the enemy territory, it looks like. Jack has ballooned his CS lead over Almighty. Almighty really sort of roaming around a little bit too much, has sacrificed a lot of his farm for it, but he is able to make some things happen for Sky Zero, and we'll see if that pays off or if the CS discrepancy is going to really hurt him.
It also definitely helps that Jack has been sitting at these turrets every time that Sky 1 has been trying to... Oh, but a good taunt onto Garbleezy.
Immediately removes Scurvy's it, so not that big of a deal for him. Sky Zero sitting on top of a ward trying to bait brush. There's the control ward, and they realize how silly they look. But yeah, Baron spawning in 25 seconds, though.
That'll be interesting to see what happens there. But like I was saying, Jack has been sitting under these waves. All you have to do is pop the ultimate on Anivia, and you pick up so much of that farm. So that's just helped increase his lead over Almighty in the mid lane.
Garblisi actually pops the Cannon Barrage, trying to chase down Impressive. There's a Powder Keg coming around. Good, Impressive clears out the Powder Keg, but he doesn't get the second one. Now Mystic DK is caught. Monsoon comes out. Garblisi fighting onto Impressive, but it's Impressive who comes out on top. Titanic Hydra is finished, and he's got the damage. Mystic DK takes out Katachi. A little bit of a misposition by the AD carrier Sky Zero. What was he doing in the middle of the enemy team? GSM now chasing away Dude Perfect. They won top, they won bot in the 1v1, and now they're feeling a lot more confident. The Baron is on the table if they wanted to go for it, but they don't feel confident enough to do that just yet. Or maybe they do. The control ward comes
maybe they're
down.
Just waiting for
yeah,
Impressive
there it
to go
is.
Back to base. Here we go.
Not only entries yet for Jack, but they've got Mystic DK with the Quinzu's Rage Blade and the Glacial Storm to just pop and sit there. Teleport coming in from Impressive, the Stand United onto Shaq, but now he's got no Stand United for a shield onto anyone else. Nature Scraps is not available. Will he get in? It is. No! It's stolen! Dude Perfect smites it out! The Sky Zero are the ones who pick up the Baron, and now GSM are burning away. Dude Perfect will go down. Garblisi also gets picked off by Jack's Frostbite, but it's a 2 for 2. Make it more, possibly more. Katachi picks up a kill, and it will be Mystic DK going down to Almighty on the other side. Now Jack getting chased down. Realm Warp over the side, and Almighty, they got the concussive blows. Will they be able to pop it? Unbreakable comes out. A slow over the Winter's Bite. One more auto. They get the stun. He cannot pop the Frostbite. And he will get egged, and he will get taken out. It's an ace for Sky Zero, and Dude Perfect has ruined so many teams' Baron hopes and dreams.
Oh, that was a fantastic steal by Dude Perfect there. Sitting there on the side, you can still smite Baron through CC.
The only CC that will stop you from smiting are Suppress and Silence.
Yes. If it's a stun, a taunt, you will still be able to, or a knockup, you're still able to smite Baron in those cases.
Yeah, and not that it matters because you're an Olaf with Ragnarok.
Yeah,
but
because you could just push R.
He just runs in.
But, yeah.
There's nothing they can do to keep him out because of the Ragnarok, and he gets the perfect smite steal off.
He does, and I honestly don't know why Impressive ulted at that moment. Why didn't he just use the teleport to get there? And then he could have used the ult in that fight, keeping the carries alive just a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was a really close fight, and you think maybe if the Stand United were used onto Mystic DK, he might have been able to turn it a little bit because he almost took out Katachi before going down. Additionally, it's just really very unfortunate, but Dude Perfect has demonstrated very strong smiting ability and proficiency.
Oh, there it is. He just
and
stole
there
the
it is
blue.
again. I mean, that one was just lucky, or lucky timing for him to walk in. There's not really a whole thing.
But still, he had.
Oh, the Ragnarok popped, and Jack takes so much damage. They rocket jump onto him. Jack will get taken out by Garblisi, but they lose Katachi from the damage from Impressive. Now Garblisi will just run in and auto him down. It's a double kill for the top laner of Sky Zero, and it will be Almighty picking up one onto Shaq.
Those axes just do so much damage. That undertow just comes through and just rips the entire, your HP out.
Corruption used onto Almighty. Airy Panda's here. Flash away from the mid laner of Sky Zero. Out to safety.
Yeah, he probably, I didn't think he was trying to kill off Mystic Decay just before Airy Panda got there, but didn't quite have the damage, had to flash out. Good choice on the side of Almighty.
Alright, so it will be the Infernal started up by Sky Zero. They've already got one Infernal and one Cloud, so the double Infernal coming through is really disastrous for GSM.
This is going to make Dude Perfect even more impressive when he goes in and dives onto Mystic Decay, or even Jack, because even though Jack is slightly tankier than Mystic, it's still very immobile in the form of an Anivia.
Yeah, the best thing you can hope for is to crystallize and force him to run around it.
But if he pops the Ragnarok, he's not going to need to walk around it.
Well, I mean, you can't run through walls.
Oh, the wall. Sorry,
yeah.
I thought. Sorry,
you mean the Glacial Storm?
Yeah, sorry, I thought you meant Glacial Storm or the
Frost.
Q.
Yeah, he's got to run around the wall. Still.
Yeah, he's got to run around the wall. Sorry, I haven't played a lot of Anivia. I haven't seen a lot of Anivia, so I'm a little foreign to her abilities.
Well, she's got the wall. The wall in general is also very effective with hyper carry comps because it's essentially a peel tool. As Katachi finds Impressive, is going to rocket jump onto him. The Cannon Barrage will slow Impressive's escape as well. Standing in the Spirit's Refuge, if rocket jumps away, Buster shots him back towards Almighty, who is now legendary. 9, 3, and 4 on Rise despite the CS discrepancy to Jack.
I'll say this is also something that I've been noticing is a lot of Olafs now are taking Flash. Before, I'd see every Olaf taking Ghost.
Yeah.
And now I see them all taking Flash, and it kind of makes me wonder a little bit, because Olaf does do so much more with, I feel like, with the Ghost, just because it allows. But you're moving so fast anyway. I guess you don't really need it.
Yeah, I think movement speed, you get diminishing returns on increased movement speed. So with Predator enchant, which you have, which probably still gonna get Righteous Glory eventually. But with all that movement speed, is Katachi found by the Chain of Corruption. Howling Gale knocks them both up, and Katachi falls down. The Monsoon will top off Mystic DK, but they've got the Buck Nasty here. Stand United being channeled onto him. The Glacial Fissure comes out. Impressive. Gonna force the Flash away with the Shadow Dash onto Buck Nasty. Really nicely done by Mystic DK as Dude Perfect runs in and takes a tower, runs back into the jungle. Thank you very much. 5 towers to 1 now is Sky Zero's lead over GSM. And Garblisi, he's actually gone Trinity Force into an Essence Reaver, looking to, well, stack a lot of CDR at the very least.
I would say that's a CDR build right there.
Huh. That's really interesting to me. The Essence Reaver can give you up to 30% CDR, whereas the Trinity Force already gives you 20, so you could potentially lose out a little bit. If you get the Infinity Edge, actually, Essence Reaver will give you a exactly 20% CDR if you don't build a Zeal item. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what he builds. He's got a Ruby Crystal and a Longsword, so that could be a Jarum's Fist into maybe Sterix. So, I guess he's just trying to rush down CDR as best he can, while also building towards the eventual crit item. That's really my understanding of what's going on, and yeah, that's definitely a Sterix gauge he's building. Jarum's Fist and the Pickaxe.
Yeah, my guess is he feels comfortable enough that he can build that CDR. He doesn't necessarily need to rush all the damage just because there is a lot of damage already coming out from the jungler, and he can really just use his barrels more so in just a zoning sense.
Yeah.
You don't have to cause all the damage if someone else is causing the damage. You just have to hold them in place, the damage is caused.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very nicely done. And Garblisi has now, because Impressive has been trying to help his team so much, it is a very large CS lead for Garblisi, who has, you know, just eventually
80.
thrown a cannon barrage their way every once in a while, but mostly stuck to himself, pushing out those side lanes and getting a lot of pressure for Sky Zero. The Baron spawning in 30 seconds in Sky Zero. There is a controller for GSM in the pit. Sky Zero just...
Oh, they're going to see it, and looks like Buck Nasty's going to go clear it out before Baron comes up.
Shaq is going to be found here by multiple members. The Winner's Bite slows him up. The rocket jump forward. He's going to get stunned up, and Ragnarok pop to dodge the Nature's Grass. Shaq gets baited in perfectly by Sky Zero's plan.
If they want to rush down this Drake, this is definitely a time to do that while you're waiting for...
as the Buck Nasty finds Mystic DK and Airy Panda. The Chain of Corruption not invested. Impressive still having to deal with that. Stand United is available, but Impressive has to make sure that Garblisi can't take too much, but it is Sky Zero starting up the Baron. They've gotten it so low already, and it's no Smite's going to come through because Shaq was the one picked off. Dude Perfect secures a second Baron for Sky Zero.
That was definitely very good. Buck Nasty zoning everybody off. He knew, well, Anivia, we didn't know where Anivia was, but knew that Shen was in the bot lane, so he only had to worry about Mystic Decay and Ari Panda. Maybe Jack if it showed up, but all he'd have to do is pop up the Unbreakable, and that would stop a whole lot of the damage coming through. At that point, he'd be able to alert his team. Almighty already having come up and could have also peeled off to join him, because Katachi and Dude Perfect were just two-manning that Baron.
Yeah. They pick up the tower in the top lane for it. Shaq is trying to secure some vision, trying to see if they can make a pick off. Sky Zero, or Mystic DK is actually still relatively strong. Katachi, they now are sitting at 3 items apiece. Mystic DK still does a lot of damage, but he just cannot get himself into a position to auto-attack multiple times. And Chain of Corruption relatively, you know, useless against the side of Sky Zero with Remove Scurvy and the Ragnarok available for their top and jungle respectively. Glacial Prison, or Glacial Storm used by Jack to try and force away the minion wave.
And it does work, and this is where Impressive's early buy of the Titanic Hydra is coming in a little bit handy. Yes, he is slightly less tanky and is having to go back just from being chunked from really good barrels from Garblezi, but it's allowing him the wave clear to at least hold him off of the bot turret a little bit longer.
Yeah. Now Glacial Storm being used by Jack, forcing Dude Perfect to walk through the Glacial Storm and the Flash Frost, but Dude Perfect, he'll take about half of his HP, or a little bit more, but he's just going to stand there and wait for Warmogs to heal him back up.
I decided not to pop the Ragnarok, but that's because he does have the Warmog's armor.
Yeah. If you really needed to, he could pop it a little bit later. It's probably better not to pop it if you don't expect any more CC to come, because
that's true,
it
because
gives you the extra resistances. Yeah, and there's the Warmogs. He's back to full health.
I know.
And the rest of his team now here ready to push down this tower. Glacial Storm coming down, but the tower's already gone. The Cannon Barrage comes out. He flashes away, and they've caught onto Katachi. Nice Nature's Grasp from Shaq. And now the Stand United is, or the Shadow Dash came through, and Katachi with poor positioning caught again. Katachi historically has been one of the AD carries that suffers a lot from positioning mistakes. He is on very successful teams. He puts out a lot of damage when he can get them off, but a lot of times he is the one who gets caught at the beginning of fights. And as evidenced by the fact that he has the most deaths on his team, the most deaths in the game, to be honest. But they do successfully crack the base. Now they've just got to focus down the inhibitor in the mid lane for Sky Zero. A dragon is live. It's another Cloud Drake. Shaq was trying to secure it. Dude Perfect is here. Let's see who can get here first. GSM is already here. There's a good Shadow Dash, but removes Scurvy from Garblezi. They've got the Chain of Corruption coming across. Impressive. Gonna get the Monsoon, the barrel, not gonna come through. Now there's the Twisted Advance onto Almighty, who flashes away from the Crystallize. Redemption, not gonna be used. The Predator is popped.
Looks like it's not going to be activated, so it will get that reduced cooldown.
Okay.
But they are backing off, and it looks like...
They're backing off, and it will be Sky Zero to pick up the Cloud Drake.
Is going to get another one. Dang, this is going to be...
Double Infernal, double Cloud.
This is going to be extremely difficult. The only thing that's probably better... well, I don't know if it would have been better if those Infernals would have been Mountains or not, just for this Sky one, because both of those are doing... You could see them clearly at work in the team fights. The Infernals, and they're doing a really good job of getting objectives and different things off of those team fights.
Rocket jumps away. Yeah, the Infernals and the Clouds are the ones that give you the strongest power in fights, because they give you the movement speed and the offensive stats. Mountains don't help you in fights, they help you take objectives. Oceans don't help you in fights, they help you regen afterwards. Dude Perfect caught by the Crystallized, Twisted Advance, gonna be absorbed by the Ragnarok, but they successfully burn out Olaf's ultimate. Now, can they force a fight when that's down and the Olaf is significantly less effective?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is
and the Cannon Barrage being used onto GSM under the tower as the tower falls down. But a stun! It comes in! The Shadow Dash in, but impressive, but he just gets focused down! Katachi picks up the kill. Nature's Grasp comes across. Katachi doesn't even get Guardian Angel. Pops Shaq 2, goes in. Garblezi takes out Mystic DK in the back line, and Katachi is able to pop in. Now Shaq is in trouble, slowed up by the undertow. They will take out the egg. It's a double kill for Garblezi in the back line. They take out the bottom lane inhib. They're going to focus down the mid lane inhib, no problem, as they rotate around. Do they have the wave? They have a wave. They have two waves coming in.
I'll say they should be able to get this. It doesn't even matter that the Ragnarok is down.
Airy Panda's nothing that the lone support on the side of GSM can do. The first Nexus Tower falls very quickly. The second one follows immediately after. The Redemption tops them off as they focus on the Nexus. And Sky Zero secure themselves a guaranteed #1 seed going into playoffs.
Well, there we go. It's definitely Olaf doing exactly what he needs to do, just causing large amounts of disruption. Jack and Shaq 2 doing a really good job of popping that ultimate out early, but just had so much general tankiness due to Olaf's passive abilities that they weren't able to do anything to it.
Yeah.
At which point, even though Katachi was caught out slightly, he was able to pump out enough damage just to cause these team fights.
Yeah, not enough damage being focused onto Katachi to even pop the Guardian Angel, because Mystic DK and Jack were forced away so early by Dude Perfect and Almighty. Katachi's able to very narrowly make it away from the biggest points of damage that Shaq and Impressive had, and was able to just slowly focus them down afterwards. So that will be, and with that win, Sky Zero puts themselves 7-1. The next team behind them are both 5-3. So it's impossible for them to get a lead over Sky Zero going into the last week, Sky Zero will be guaranteed your #1 seed going into playoffs.
That is definitely comforting.
Yeah, for sure. So we are going to take a short break before we get into the next game of the night. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 8. This is the final leg of the regular season. These are all games that matter for playoffs implications, and the next game really matters because you've got a lot of teams sitting at 3 and 4 vying for those last few spots in the playoffs bracket. Both of these teams, Oklahoma Diamond Rush and OU Diamond, are two of those 3 and 4 teams looking to carve a path into playoffs. The winners here will have a much easier time, a much better chance of making it. So we will see. It is Oklahoma Diamond Rush on the blue side up against OU Diamond on the red side. And OU Diamond, they're coming off a huge win last week over Apache. And it is thanks to their efforts that Apache has now been knocked down to third after being in first or second this entire split. Oklahoma Diamond Rush, they didn't have as great of a last week. They lost to Wadu Heck last week, if I'm not mistaken. After having been on the upswing for quite a while. So, got Oklahoma Diamond Rush on the blue side. Mechanical Reaper on his split pusher. Clutch in the top lane, subbing in for the side of OU Diamond. See how this one goes. They've got a lot very fast people on the side of OU Diamond. Volibear and Cassiopeia, really fast boys. And on the side of Oklahoma Diamond Rush, they've actually got a Brand in the support role. Very interesting. We don't see a lot of Brand in the support role.
I do like it though. I don't think there's quite enough damage just for Brand to build like in the mid lane and to actually be as effective as certain like other different mage types, but definitely as a support there is a lot of surprise burst that can be given.
Oh, that was really
that
close.
Was extremely close.
I'm sure Musandalus knew his his permafrost damage, so probably wasn't as close as we make it out to be, but that could have been
still
really
scary.
It was really scary, yeah. Alright, Takeshi Kovacs is going to come forward, just Pillar of Flame onto Yofish. Really what you have to do, you have to make use of your ranged versus melee matchup for Brand, because once you hit that level 2, Yofish and Rito Torchic, if they dodge away from Takeshi's ability, they can just go ham onto him. And it's a Brand, it's very squishy. And now the level 2 will be hit by Rito Torchic and Yofish after that one minion, but Trueheart and Takeshi Kovacs hit it first, but the Pillar of Flame is down.
Yeah, it's definitely going to see, I'm curious to see how Takeshi's able to use that ranged advantage, because I mentioned earlier, Tristana is a little bit weaker at these earlier levels, taking that nerf.
Yeah.
So I'm
nerf
really...
to her attack range. Ooh, good never move on to the one true Murph.
So it's going to be really interesting to see it. Takeshi can swing the entire impact of this bot lane going into this if he plays this Brand really well.
Oh, the one true Murph getting ganked by Musandalus. Doesn't find the Arctic Soul. Actually goes, because here comes Narcoleptic. Flash forward for the root, and they pull it back in. Musandalus. The Eye of Sauron will put some damage on the one true Murph. He's looking for one more bit of damage, but he's over committed. Ignopius, one more auto attack will not be enough to secure the kill onto the one true Murph.
Narcoleptic blocking the extra damage from the Q. Ooh,
that was
a little bit of tunnel vision there by one true Murph.
Yeah, he flashed forward thinking he could get one last Twin Fang onto Musandalus, but I don't even think that would have killed, because I think the poison had worn off by that point. Now, Rito Torchic did
get one more poison onto him, but then he was still out of range for another Twin Fang.
Yeah. Unfortunate, doesn't quite have the range to catch out Ignopius, but at least he doesn't die for it. Narcoleptic covering his escape.
Mm-hmm.
Yofish, he's looking for Trueheart. They gets the combo onto him. Rito Torchic is putting down a lot of damage to the Pillar of Flame. First blood in the 2v2. Rito Torchic and Yofish, nicely done. And Trueheart, really disrespectful to play up that far. He knew Yofish was in that brush.
I say Rito Torchic, they're doing a really good job standing back far enough away that Brand's abilities would not be able to put the Pyroblast onto him and then thus get the stun. So that was really good play on the side of Rito Torchic and Yofish, knowing to stay far apart.
Yeah, Yofish goes in. Yofish going in onto Trueheart essentially forced Takeshi's abilities out to try and cover his escape, which is Rito Torchic standing back, waits for those abilities to come down, and then rocket jumps on top of Trueheart, who can't do anything at this point. They get the kill very easily onto the bottom lane of Oklahoma Diamond Rush. And now Musandalus coming in for a gank onto Clutch. There's the Dark Procession. Nice slice and dice from Clutch. Dodges everything. Renekton, not a champion you see a lot of anymore. To be fair, neither is Yorick, but at least we've seen that before in OKLCS. Renekton, not one that you see a whole lot of, but no, there's a lot of merits to picking the Renekton. It's very strong in lane. It becomes very, very strong in the mid game once you have the Dominus. Dominus actually does
so much damage.
Yeah, those ghouls do hurt though, but Clutch is Monolith, just now popping his one potion. Mechanical Reaper out of charges on the Corrupting Potion.
Well, Trueheart wanting to go up. I wouldn't go up and get that. All right, using the Hail of Arrows to get that, that's definitely a good move. Because I would not make that same mistake twice, walking up into range of Yofish headbutt combo.
Yep. Headbutt, Pulverize, and now Clutch forcing the teleport out from Mechanical Reaper. Yopius just pulling the wave. The one true Murph is trying to get CS from a safe distance, doesn't know where Musandalus is, but now there's a stun from Takeshi onto Yofish that will get him the full Scorch stacks. Pop him for a lot of damage onto Yofish. Slowing down a little bit. Close on that stun, but Yofish now, he dodges away from those two abilities. Now rocket jump forward from Rito Torchic onto Takeshi, forces the flash, but now there's no rocket jump, and Musandalus is here. Yofish gonna take the damage for Rito Torchic, and he will get stunned. He will get flashed away, but he will still go down as Trueheart comes in for the last auto attack. Musandalus actually gets it. A stun not gonna be found on Rito Torchic because there was no Scorch on him.
Scorch had just worn out there. So unfortunate for Oklahoma, the Platinum Rush.
Rito Torchic rocket jumping forward. That basically meant that Yofish dies for Rito Torchic's mistake, essentially. Mechanical Reaper pops the Maiden of the Mist as Clutch will back away, knows that this is not the time to fight the Yorick when he's got his waifu on the map.
Yeah, no, that slice was just barely enough to get out of that.
Of the Dark Procession, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Now, he gets the soil onto him. Clutch going aggressive because Narcoleptic here, but does he have the damage? He does flash away. Mechanical Reaper actually dies, flashing into the brush after him. Very, very close fight, but Clutch nicely flashed into the brush first. And that means that Mechanical Reaper, even when he flashes in, still has to issue another command to attack Clutch. That means that Clutch is able to come out on top. I was really curious. I was really concerned when Clutch flashed in or went in there, even when popping the Dominus, because the Maiden and a bunch of ghouls jumped on him.
Oh yes, immediately.
But he knows the Renekton damage, is able to get a big heal from the Rage empowered Call the Meek, and ends out on top. Coming in, Narcoleptic didn't even really help him out there. Still has no assist. Moral support is the Volibear.
Oh yes. It is slightly upsetting as the jungler, knowing that you go in for a gank and you're like, hey, give me the assist, and you don't get it.
Yeah,
but it is extremely good to know that even though you were there if you were needed, that your laner still survived, because there's nothing worse than something like that happening and then your laner being the one to die.
Yep. For sure. Blue buff handed off to the one true Murph. Doing a good job up against Ignopius's Swain, stacking up that Tear of the Goddess. He's got a slight CS lead.
Slight CS lead up in top lane. Bot lane, though, oh, no, not as much anymore. The wave's starting to balance out a bit, but Rito Torchic did have a little bit of a CS lead, closer to 10 on Trueheart. But with the waves balancing out, that's been evened out.
Ooh, Never Move lands onto the one true Murph. The Eye of Sauron comes down. The one true Murph going aggressive, but Ignobius pops the Ravenous Block. Petrifying Gaze is available. He's going to use it now. Has to back away here. Just trying to kite out of range of the Ravenous Block pop. Narcoleptic coming in just... Oh, the Never Move lands! Flashes forward! He solos out the one true Murph in front of Narcoleptic's face. A nice Never Move from Ignobius, but he will die to Narcoleptic for it. Really nicely played by Ignopius. He forces out the one true Murph to back away from the Ravenous Block, is able to back towards the wave, but then the one true Murph trying to get a little bit of more damage off to help Narcoleptic out. Now the True Heart separated from Takeshi Kovacs. Rito Torchic level 6, but the Glacial Prison is not enough to keep him alive. The Rocket Jump, his reset is going to come through, and Yofish even makes it out. Wow.
Dang, both of them are so low. It's just so close in that.
That was a huge misplay from Trueheart and Takeshi Kovacs. One that you don't normally see punished quite as hard as you did from Rito, Torchic, and Yofish. As Clutch goes in on the Mechanical Reaper, the Maiden of the Mist is coming out, but it's a little too late to save Reaper. Clutch just solos him out. Yeah, normally, you know, when you split like that as support and ADC, that is actually a very large mistake, but you don't normally see it punished nearly as hard as Rito, Torchic, and Yofish did. Especially with level 5 Trueheart to level 6 Rito Torchic. Just rocket jumps on top of him, knows there's no threat from Takeshi Kovacs because he's so far away. And even with Moose on the loose there, Rito Torchic is able to pop him with the Buster Shot and then rocket jump with the reset out to safety away from Moose on the loose.
And that was really good of Rito Torchic to rocket jump, rather than try to rocket jump into the lane to Yofish, recognizing that he was low, to rocket jump then further into the river, and so he could escape there.
Yeah, and Yofish even got out.
Yeah, I'd say, because that's definitely...
and Yofish looking for roam in the mid lane as well.
Oh, I'd say Rito Torchic not far behind. Maybe look at his... He has Hex Tech Flash. He might be looking to flash over this and jump onto Ignopius.
Over the wall onto Ignopius is a possibility. Rito
there
Torchic
he is.
There's the Hex Flash. He headbutts him out. The combo comes in. Pulverize. Lands. Miasma means he's no flash available. Not that he has it anyway, but Ignopius will go down. Nicely done by the support of OU Diamond. The one True Murph and Rito Torchic there to capitalize on it. That is not a play that a lot of people expect, but if you watch a lot of OU Diamond's games, you see Yofish, when he gets the Silencer, he very much likes to go for these Hex Flash plays.
I'll say Yofish right now is making a believer. I honestly do not like the Hex Flash, but I'm coming a believer right now of it. I'm starting to see its potential.
Yeah, if you are good at timing your roams, if you're good at controlling vision, the Hex Flash can be very powerful on champions such as Alistar or, you know, like Leona maybe. But I mean, Yofish has played Leona before. It's not a super meta support, but it is something that he has played, and it is something that has worked for them.
Narcoleptic, they're just sneaking the Rift Herald, just like, oh, I can get this.
Yeah.
That is the nice thing about Volley, is even if you have to pop his passive while you do it, he's very good at getting objectives.
Yeah. Moose on the loose is really trying to make something happen here. Trying to sneak his way in. Clutch is actually 2 levels up on Mechanical Reaper.
Dominus.
Dominus just to get some rage, and he's still hidden in the brush, ready to go aggressive as soon as he gets enough rage. Oh, there's the Takeshi Kovacs gonna get comboed, and that's so much damage! The Pyroclasm bouncing! Rito Torchic is gonna jump away, the rocket jump out, and he gets it with the explosive charge! Narcoleptic coming in, Moose on the loose, and Trueheart getting zoned away, the bite comes down, teleport in from Clutch, they Buster Shot out Ignopius, but he already got the kill onto Yofish. They canceled the teleport from Mechanical Reaper. Now Narcoleptic running out. Oh no, Mechanical Reaper did complete his teleport.
Yes, Clutch cancels.
Clutch cancels. But it is going to be Tower First Blood. Looks to be that way for the side of Oklahoma. Good Diamond Rush in the bottom lane. So decisive play from Oklahoma. Good Diamond Rush. Surprised that Clutch didn't cancel Mechanical Reaper's teleport, but he will pick up a tower in response for the side of OU Diamond. Even with Tower First Blood going down, Mechanical Reaper really cannot stand in lane against Clutch anymore with a huge level discrepancy, as well as those 2 kills to his name. Rito Torchic gonna get zoned away by the Dark Procession. Ignopius pops the Ravenous Flock. He's gonna get flipped over by Narcoleptic. The one Shimmer popped the Petrifying Gaze already, but they root up Narcoleptic, pull him back in. Here's Yofish. That's a 2-man knockup. Miasma comes down. Moose on loose on the run. Will stun him up with the auto attack, and Yofish will pick up the... No! One Shimmer gets it with the poison. Never Move will stop the one True Murph, but they flip over Mechanical Reaper. He's in the Dark Procession, but able to walk out. But will it be enough? It's a double kill for the one True Murph with the Twin Fang. And now Clutch forcing away Ignopius, coming in through between the towers. And now the Cloud Drake is for OU Diamond's taking.
Yeah, that was definitely just a really risky grab. It's something that I would have gone for as well, but Narcoleptic was in the area. Very good collapse on the side of OU Diamond just to deny that, and they're going to deny the red buff as well, giving it over to iClutch.
Yeah, Clutch level 11 to Mechanical Reaper's level 9. Narcoleptic level 9 to Moose on the Loose's level 7. The top side of the map is destroying for the side of OU Diamond.
Oh yeah, normally I always say York walks into a bar. Well, there is a counter today.
Oh, Takeshi actually denies that big raptor to Moose on the Loose with the Scorch. Not ideal. Not ideal. And Rito Torchic static shift finished. Not a Gwinsu's yet for Trueheart either. They've got 3 kills on both of their carries, the one True Murph and Rito Torchic. The Raptor's going to be picked up for the one True Murph. I guess he probably told Narcoleptic, hey, I need just a little bit more gold. That one was definitely more intentional steal than the one that Takeshi did onto Musandaluce's Raptors. They've rotated Rito Torchic and Yofish up to this top lane. Clutch the one into the bottom lane. This is not this is not the orthodox lane swap. Normally you see the bottom lane rotate to the tower that hasn't been taken yet. Instead, this time Rito Torchic and Yofish go to the top lane where the tower has been taken. Musandaluce takes away his own blue buff. Not able to hand it off to Ignopius.
I think what they're doing there is they know the fact that they want to swap to that top lane to get the turret, and they know that iClutch already has a significant lead over Mechanical Reaper, so why not just swap? You know,
probably predicting the swap from Oklahoma Diamond Rush. Really nicely done by OU Diamond. That's a really good point. As the Rift Herald used in the mid lane, it is not going to secure the tower with all 4 members of Oklahoma
it looks
Diamond
like a dive possibly going bot lane.
This is a 1v2 in the bottom lane on the Mechanical Reaper. The one True Murph tanking up the tower, but the Petrifying Gaze lands, and it will be very easy for Clutch to pick up the killing spree. Now, 3 members of OU Diamond with 3 kills apiece. The one True Murph, Clutch, and Rito Torchic exactly who you want those kills on.
It looks like it's not going to get it this wave, but maybe next wave they will go ahead and pick this up.
Yeah, almost certainly. Oklahoma Diamond Rush are trying to shove in the mid lane in response. Rito Torchic does have the static shift, is not going to get bound by the stun, but Oklahoma Diamond Rush, they don't have a wave.
They're not going to be able to get that turret, and here comes the bot turret coming down any second now.
Yeah. Clutch is
there it is, right there.
Yep, Clutch picks up the second tower for OU Diamond, and Yofish goes in onto Takeshi. Kovacs has to force the flash out, but he gets pulled into the tower by Swain. Ravenous Lock pop, Chain of Corruption used, and now Yofish is going to go down to the pop. The Pyroclasm goes out, Ignopius Buster shot it down. Rito Torchic going very low, gets pulled back in, flashes over the side, and it will be Oklahoma Diamond Rush picking up 1 for 0. Rito Torchic going to get blocked by Narcoleptic, but now here comes Clutch. There's a lot of damage, and Narcoleptic gets popped, but Clutch is in the backline wreaking havoc. The one Streamer takes out 1, but he does go down. Triple kill over to Trueheart. Ignopi's forced away. It is 4 for 1 in favor of Oklahoma Diamond Rush.
Little miscommunication there on the side of OU Diamond. I don't think that Narcoleptic realized how low his carries were when he jumped back into that.
Yeah, I think he was hoping that he and Clutch, with a little bit of range damage from Rito Torchic and the one True Murph, would be able to pop someone very quickly and then continue their retreat. But it was not fast enough. They get caught by some CC, and it ends up being Oklahoma Diamond Rush's 4 for 1 plus that mid lane tower. Very close in gold. 1 and 1.7k separating the two teams, but OU Diamond still in the lead. Really big swing back in favor of Oklahoma Diamond Rush.
Definitely.
The Leandri's Torment and the Gwinsu's Rageblade now finished for Takeshi and Trueheart respectively.
I like that back. That's a pretty cool back.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool back.
Ascending.
I know, just ascending on your giant platform and
Clutch is still a massive threat that Oklahoma Diamond Rush still have to contend with. Rito Torchic takes tower aggro thanks to the explosive charge, but it won't matter. He will be able to... No! Has to jump away. The Arctic Assault from Musandaluce was threatening enough that he rocket jumps straight away.
Oh, yeah. Now, he probably could have gotten the turret, but it was good. Definitely not risking that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, probably getting spotted on a ward, and Oklahoma Diamond Rush are starting to collapse, but it looks like he is going to get away.
Yeah, Mechanical Reaper now down 3 levels to Clutch's Renekton now. They get a Glacial Prison in onto him. He gets caught by the Eye of Sauron, but Yofish is now the focus. Stunned up, and he will get taken out. Ravenous Lock. Musandaluce picks up the kill. They trade the tower for the life of Yofish, but now Clutch is slowed. Flash forward for an auto. There's the never move. They pull him back in, and he gets popped as well. Mechanical Reaper gets a shutdown onto Clutch, and now 2 members dead on the side of OU Diamond, and Oklahoma Diamond Rush looking for the 3-man push.
He was the dominance in that, trying to stay alive just a little bit longer, but he just got popped so hard. Just 100, not 100, but 50 to 0 there. There was a little gap in time, but it was still pretty darn fast when it came in terms of...
And Clutch has gone for Ravenous Hydra Black Cleaver, so he's not nearly as tanky. The Never Move finds the one True Murph, but the Petrifying Gaze stops Takeshi in his tracks. Pyroclasm is ripping through them, but Narcoleptic goes down as well. They trade Takeshi for 2 members of OU Diamond, but they can no longer continue this push. Rito, Torchic, and Yofish back on the map. They will be able to push the wave away. They are still in the lead as far as towers go, despite all of that disastrous stuff happening in the mid lane for them.
I'll say a Haunting Guy's picked up for Ignopius on this Swain, and that's going to be dishing out a lot of damage in these extended team fights.
Yeah, that damage amp from the Haunting Guys and the Leandri's Torment, their new passive is really quite powerful.
So next team fight, as soon as Swain, and his ult was not quite up yet, but it's getting there. So as soon as he gets there, I'm curious to see how, I didn't see how many soul stacks he had last time we were on the camera, but it does more damage with the more stacks he has. So if he gets all 5 before this next team fight, that's going to be dishing out a lot of damage.
The Ocean Drake will go down in favor of OU Diamond. No contest. The Eye of Sauron will watch it go down. I actually don't know what that ability is called. I'm just going to affectionately refer to it as the Eye of Sauron.
Oh, the vision ability.
Yeah,
Oh, I should know what this is called, but I don't remember.
So we can look at it right now.
We should look real quick.
It's called the Vision of Empire.
That's it. It's a vision move of some sort.
It's also not Never Move, it's Death's Hand. Nice steal from Mechanical Reaper.
Oh, it's not called Never Move?
It's not called Never Move anymore. It's called, I think. No, it is still Never Move.
I was going to say,
Death's Hand is the shotgun. Death's Hand is the shotgun.
Yes, I was going to say, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure it's called Never Move.
No, I saw Death's Hand, I was like, that makes sense, because he shoots a hand out. But you're right, it is still Never Move. Death's Hand is the shotgun. I call it the shotgun.
Oh, it's very similar to the Grave Shotgun ability before his rework.
Yeah, we're never going to call Swain's abilities by what they're called, except for Ravenous Block and Never Move. It's Eye of Sauron and Shotgun.
I definitely like Eye of Sauron.
Oh, Glacial Prison used,
does
Rito Torchic will rocket jump out. He will take the Eye of Sauron as they pull Yofish back in, but he goes in with the combo, pops the Unbreakable Will for the stun. Will not get it down before, but he has to flash out. Moose on the loose getting in there. Narcoleptic trying to zone him away, but he's taking so much damage. True Art shuts him down. Clutch going into the back line, slice and dicing forward, but the one true Murph and Rito Torchic still dishing out damage. Petrifying Gaze slows up Moose on the loose, and he will get shut down. Double kill over to Rito Torchic. It's a 2-for-2 in both directions. The one Shrimmer accidentally pops the Seraphs. I think he meant for the Corrupting Potion, not that ability.
Oops.
But the shotgun will be enough to force OU Diamond away because they clear out the wave. And yeah, Clutch going for this Ravenous Hydro Black Cleaver build. He's doing a lot of damage still, but he's not nearly as tanky as the more bruisery or tanky Renekton's that you're used to seeing. He will not last super long being focused down by many members of the side of Oklahoma Diamond Rush. He still has the ability.
But it doesn't look like he really wants that. He's just looking to split push the bully Mechanical Reaper in just even more.
Yeah, because of how big his lead is, 82 CS separating him and Mechanical Reaper and 2 full levels. Wow. It's pretty big. The one True Murph picking up some CS in the top lane. I don't know why. Why hasn't the one True Murph bought boots? Do you know?
Oh, it's because Cassiopeia can't buy boots.
I know.
You were just testing me to see if I know. But I actually believe that's part of her passive, is the fact that snakes can't wear shoes.
Snakes don't wear boots.
Yeah, it was...
So, yeah. Just a joke.
No, you can't. No, you can't outsmart me. I had my edumacation.
Edumacation?
Yeah, my fine edumacation. In that great BS degree.
Mechanical Reaper can't really get close to Clutch here. You see him trying to hover around to pick up the wave, but Clutch is there and he has to go very far away. Clutch is still sticking around, just continuing to shove that wave in, trying to acquire pressure for his team. On the loose with the Cinderhulk into a Warmonk's armor. Narcoleptic, on the other hand, has gone for a few components. He's got a Spectre's Cowl, and he's got a Bramble Vest. See if once he finishes off those items, gets some of those big unique passives, like the Spirit Visage for the increased healing on his passive, the Bramble Vest into the Thornmail.
I'm curious if he's going to turn that into a Spirit Visage, or if he's going to turn it into a...
Well, he has a Kindle Gem, which makes me believe it's a Spirit Visage.
Okay, that makes sense, but I'm honest... and I mean, I guess it would only be for the brand why he would get an Adaptive Helm, and then maybe for the Swain and the Ultimate, but having that would decrease a little bit of the damage coming out from them.
Clutch caught by the soil from Mechanical Reaper. Flash Chain of Corruption, but a good rocket jump in response from Rito Torchic. But now Yofish in the middle there. Pops the Unbreakable Will. Does he do enough damage? Not really. And they'll Buster Shot him out. The Glacial Prison flashed away from by Rito Torchic. Summoner Heal comes out from Trueheart. They flash forward from Moose on the Loose, but it gets flipped over by Narcoleptic. Stunned up by Takeshi's Brand. There's the pop, and he will flash away. Clutch still trying to put pressure on Mechanical Reaper, but he's lost Yofish and a lot of pressure in that mid lane due to Rito Torchic and Narcoleptic forced away. It's another tower going down in favor of Oklahoma Diamond Rush in the mid.
I'll say this definitely seems to be the theme of the game. Yes, iClutch is winning over here in this, bot/top lane, in this matchup against Mechanical Reaper, but Rito Torchic is continually getting caught out, and Yofish is dying to save him.
Yep. And Oklahoma Diamond Rush, they take the Baron very quickly with the Leandri's Torment Brand and an Avaris, but here comes Rito Torchic. That's a big rapid fire cannon crit. We've seen this before. He gets him. He rocket jumps out back into the Baron pit. The teleport coming in from Clutch from the bottom lane. Now we've got the one true Murph getting found by the Never Move here. Petrifying Gaze finds Trueheart and he takes him out. Stunned up by Takeshi, but no mana for the Brand. He flashes away from the Eye of Sauron and he picks up one. Rito Torchic and the one true Murph in an outnumbered situation, get one, get out, and they get the Baron for OU Diamond. Wow, really nice.
That was really exciting these last couple minutes. Definitely a good rotation up by iClutch. Mechanical Reaper's TP had not quite come up yet. It's still almost off cooldown right there. So being able to recognize that they had the advantage and they just went for it.
Yeah. So Rito Torchic rocket jumps in, picks up a kill onto Moose on Deleuze, rocket jumps out to safety, and then on the other side, the one Murph gets a stun with a Petrifying Gaze, kills Trueheart, and is able to flash away to get out that from Ignopius and Takeshi. So really nicely done. Oh, but Clutch might have overstayed his welcome, slicing away. Glacial Prison will not find the stun, but it will find the slow. Flashing away from the Dark Procession from Mechanical Reaper, but he's still a level 16 Renekton to level 13 Mechanical Reaper as the Ocean Drake goes down in favor of OU Diamond.
The Ocean Drake traded for the flash of iClutch.
Yeah. Probably worth.
Basically.
Not even his life either.
No, just the flash, which I would say is worth. There's so much maneuverability that he has with the slice and the dice. Yeah, on his own that he doesn't necessarily need the flash as long as he hits the first slice onto an enemy.
And he has a Guardian Angel now, building the Jarum's Fist presumably to the Chain of Corruption. That was a very optimistic Chain of Corruption. Jarum's Fist into Steric's Gauge. Yes. I said Chain of Corruption because I saw the ability.
Yeah, I know. It was really questionable there. I think it was just a prayer, just trying to shoot it out, trying to hit somebody.
Well, yeah, but even if you hit somebody, what are you going to do? There's nobody on that side of the wall that can really follow it for the side of Oklahoma Diamond Rush.
My only guess is if Ignopius flashed and Moose on Deleuze dashed. Like, that's my only guess. Takeshi did have Pyroclasm, so he could have tossed that over the wall onto the enemy, and then maybe thrown his stun afterwards. But there wasn't really a whole lot of...
not only was it optimistic to see it hit, but optimistic to see if it would actually do anything if it did. Rito Torchic picks up tower aggro because of the red buff on Moose on the Loose. Narcoleptic looking to try and flip someone over. He goes for Takeshi! There's the headbutt pulverized from Yofish, and they take out the support of Oklahoma Diamond Rush. Takeshi trying to clear out the wave. Never Move will land onto two. Pulls in Rito Torchic, but no one to follow. Clutch going in, slice and dice in. He's going to get CC down, but it's only the Guardian Angel as the tower goes down in favor of OU Diamond. They're coming in to support Clutch as they focus down the inhibitor. The one true Murph and Yofish playing good zone will be a dodge from the one true Murph. Narcoleptic flips over Moose on the Loose, but it will be his life. But the Miasma comes down and Moose on the Loose goes down as well. Yofish running away. Trueheart trying to focus him down. Rito Torchic has the damage. Mechanical Reaper blows up. A Buster Shot away for the triple kill for the ADC of OU Diamond. And Ignopius chases down Ignopius for the ace. Will tie to the Nexus Towers, but it will more than likely be worth. The Pyroclasm doesn't find anyone, and it will just be a stun onto Takeshi, or onto Yofish from Takeshi. Not enough damage, will it be? No! Flashes away, takes a tower shot. It doesn't matter. Clutch is here, does so much damage, slices through him, takes him out as Rito Torchic forces down the Nexus, and it will be OU Diamond taking the victory over Oklahoma Diamond Rush, putting themselves in a very good position going into Week 9.
And there is that 50 gold going over to Rito Torchic.
9-1-5 for Rito Torchic's Tristana. Absolutely ridiculous. This guy has been a really strong ADC ever since the first time we saw him in Week 1, staying on the side of OU Diamond throughout all 9 weeks, and he has really come into his own as an OKLCS ADC to be feared.
Definitely, he is one of. I think he's the only AD carry for that they have. OU Diamond has at that level.
Yeah, that's the only one that they've ever used. So, standings at the end of week 8: Sky Zero 7-1. They are guaranteed the number 1 seed. Directly behind them, Reign of Kings and Apache are both 5-3, but Reign of Kings with the head-to-head over Apache. Wadu Heck, a game that we did not stream because the game was not sent in. Wadu Heck took down Too Fast Too Furious this week. They are also 5-3, but they do not. But Reign of Kings and Apache both have the tiebreaker over them. So Sky Zero, Reign of Kings, Apache, Wadu Heck. Following that, Snek took the victory over United just won in a forfeit. They are sitting at 4-4, as is
OU
is OU, but Snek has the tiebreaker over OU Diamond.
All right.
And then underneath them, OGR, GSM, and Too Fast Too Furious all sitting at 3-5. And they have a cyclical tiebreaker. OGR beat Too Fast Too Furious Too Furious beat GSM, GSM beat OGR. And then sitting all by themselves at the bottom, United is 1. They're forfeit this week, 1-7. They are actually the only team that cannot make playoffs. Anybody else can still make playoffs. Sky Zero, Apache, Reign of Kings, and Wadu Heck are guaranteed a playoff spot going into week 9, no matter what happens. The last 2 spots are being fought over between Snek, Too Fast Too Furious, GSM, OGR, and OU Diamond.
Yeah, and just because one is at the bottom of the standings, do not count them out. Like, this is exactly the kind of thing that you see. For instance, Kaboom jumping out in, like, all they care about is getting that one big win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is. They might I don't know I don't know their schedule going up later, but they're looking for that mark. Even if they're not going to make the playoffs, they want to make their mark this split. And so watch out, they're going to be coming in with a vengeance.
Yeah, United has won. Their last matchup is against Oklahoma Diamond Rush, so they have a very strong opportunity to play spoiler and try to deny Oklahoma Diamond Rush a route into the playoffs. That is unfortunately it for us for OKLCS Spring 2018 Diamond Capped Week 8. Those 3 games, and then the forfeit by 1 to Snek and Wadu Heck versus Too Fast Too Furious, which unfortunately we didn't get the replay. So that is going to be it for Week 8. Tune in next Sunday, same time, same place, 1 o'clock for Platinum Capped Week 9, the final week, which will determine who goes to playoffs. Same Diamond Capped Week 9 at 6 o'clock on Sunday. Thank you all so much for watching, and hope to see you next weekend for the final week of the regular season.